Howdy, y'all.
What's good?
What's up? What's up? What's
Yo,
up?
yo.
So before we get into anything, let's do this all proper. Like, wait a minute. I want to make sure this is showing. Oh, it is showing on stream.
First off, I want to say, it's great to have the whole gang back together. Like, we took a week off, but a shout out to Reaper and shout out to Trez for holding it down, man. That was a great episode.
Yeah, dope. Shout out to them, bro. Shout out to them. Binksy, what's good? Welcome in. All right. So let's do this all proper, like people. Let's do this intro the right way. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gamer Actual, the weekly podcast that talks about the biggest in gaming news. We can find us on all major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcasts and Spotify, with a visual version of this podcast being available on youtube.com/gameractual. This podcast is also brought to you in part by the guys over at X Elements. To find out more about X Elements and what they do, check out the show notes. Now, with all that said, I'm your host, Cash, and with me tonight, returning back to our show from a week off at Evo, that rhymed unintentionally, my bad. Germ and Heartless are back in here, and the homie Maury, and we got a special guest tonight. You can find him on TikTok. I'm pretty sure you can find him on YouTube as well. Same amount of content. He's trying to be the main guy, the go-to person for 2XKO, ladies and gentlemen. Puffer Sparkleface. Did I say that correctly, Puffer?
Hello, Puffer mixed sparkle face, but close enough, you know.
There we go. Welcome in.
Hey, we got to start doing drum rolls for people, Cash. When we introduce people, we got
Yes, we do.
We gotta,
yeah, I like that.
Run it back. Folks, we're doing it again.
The
second take.
The 2XKO.
I'm not doing it.
Here. The
Damn.
2XKO rise starts here. It starts today.
I love it.
Yeah. But yeah, fellas, how are you guys, man?
I'm chilling.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Harless just came back from the fireball that is Las Vegas. But we had a great time at Evo.
Fireball.
Yeah. It was 120 plus degrees every single day we were out there.
Fuck that.
It was. We had a blast. Yeah, connecting with other FGC people, running in tournaments, shaking hands with some of the best in the world. Yeah, it was the best. It was a great time. I can't wait to do it again. Can't wait.
Okay. So, Puffer, it's customary here that we ask our guests, what games are you guys playing? So we're going to start with you and just work our way around. What are you playing?
All right, sounds good. I mean, to be completely honest, I haven't been playing too much recently because the 2XKO Alpha Lab is happening in just a few weeks. I think less than 2. So I've just been doing everything I can to prepare for that. Getting all my stuff ready, writing up everything I know about the game, just trying to get everything lined up so that I can make the most of those 11 days.
Okay. It's going to only be 11 days?
Yeah, just 11 days for this one test. They're probably going to do another test open to more of the world closer to launch, and then they're looking at a full launch in 2025 sometime. So we'll see. But yeah, just for now, 11 days.
So what's your go-to? Like, what are your top 3 go-to games if you're just chilling at home? What are your top?
I like that question.
If I'm just chilling at home, fighting game wise, I've been getting into Skullgirls recently. Incredibly fast tag game, just crazy mix-ups, really interesting characters, super good game. If I'm doing stuff with friends, I do play a bit of League of Legends. My girlfriend got me into it a couple years back, and it's as toxic as the community famously is. It's a good time. And then my origins in the fighting game community come from Smash. So I am down to run some games of Smash with friends, whenever they're around and everything. So I'd say those are the 3 main ones.
Okay. Smash main? What's your Smash main, Puffer?
I mean Sheik. She's the only cool character in that game.
Sheik is dope.
She's so sick.
Yes.
Snake Fox. I'm sorry, Snake Fox. I love
Snake.
Snake.
No, Snake is good. Snake is cool. I respect Snake.
Especially
right now, I'm in St. Louis, so I think if I say anything other than I respect Snake, I'm going to get shot. This is Snake City.
Puffer, I'm in St. Louis.
Oh, that is crazy. What?
Oh, that's dope.
Puffer, how long are you here for?
Until the end of August.
Puffer, let's grab a beer. Puffer, I'm serious. This is nuts. We've never had anyone on the pod that was in St. Louis. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah,
okay.
That's representation. Let's go.
Wow, let's go. Let's go. Awesome. Yeah. Sick.
If you guys do, make sure you guys get pictures.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Puffer, we'll talk after. But that's awesome. Good.
Yeah, so I got a question for you, Puffer. Since you're a Smash player, what are your thoughts on multiverses? Because it's very similar.
Yeah, so I played Multiversus when they had the I can't remember if it was an alpha or a beta, but they had like a pre-release test of it 2 years back, I want to say. And that was probably my like first big break on social media. A bunch of my Multiversus content really popped off. It was really fun back then. I felt that the game was maybe a little bit floaty, a little bit slow, and some of the hits kind of didn't feel kind of as meaty as they would be in other games. But I liked it. I played some Aria. I did some funny up B combos. It was a good time. I have not touched the updated version of the game since it has released fully. But from what I've heard, I'm not missing out on much.
It's even slower, bro. That's the thing. I felt like the beta was faster, and now it's way too floaty for
Everything
me, bro.
feels weighted down, like underwater kind of feel, like Mario water levels. It feels really weird to control.
I don't know why they made that decision, but the game was also rebuilt from the ground up when the beta went down. So I wonder if that has anything to do with that.
And for me personally, I think the camera angle of the game is too zoomed in. I don't know if when you're watching the game, like it zooms in really, really close. And I don't really like that. When you're trying to play a platform fighter, you kind of want that bird's eye view, in my opinion. I don't know. But
I feel like Smash kind of does that sometimes. Like it will zoom in and then zoom back out.
Smash zooms in when you do like, what is it, those smash attacks, right? Mainly, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, Puffer, but yeah, it seems like Multiverses is really zoomed in all the time. It's got like, I don't know, like you turn the scroll to like 128% all the time. I find the game, I don't know, I don't really enjoy watching it.
Especially in a platform fighter, kind of having it zoom in because of how fast the game can be. It can be really claustrophobic. Like I think an example of a game that does it really well is Rivals. Rivals of Aether, a lot more zoomed out. And that game, I don't know if any of you have played it, but it is crazy fast. So having it that zoomed out gives you that kind of range of motion.
Puffer, allow me to introduce you at some point to X-Lord Hades. You have hit on two of his favorite things just so far. Sheik and Marvels of Aether. He won't shut up about those games. So yeah, I'll introduce you later.
Sure, we'll get along great.
Marvel Rivals, I feel like, is the reason why I would like to see a Overwatch in third person. I feel like it would look super interesting to see that, especially like seeing like Soldier and everybody else just like interact with their powers and whatnot. But from a third person perspective, I think it would be dope.
It would give value to those skins that you pay all that money for.
Exactly. There's also that as well, because you're buying skins and you only see them at the beginning and the end of the game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why am I buying skins?
And that skin is your competition.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I want to see it. So it doesn't make any sense. It's the same thing with Call of Duty. People buy all of these like the Spawn skin and all that stuff, and you don't see it. You see the gun majority of the time. I want to say 85% of the game, you're seeing just the weapon.
I want to see Nicki Minaj capping on people all the time.
Nope. I'm good. Keep it out. Snoop Dogg, Nicki, I'm good.
Yeah. All right. So guys, a few games came out this week. Huh? Go ahead, Jim.
You still on Breath of the Wild? Is that still
I'm still playing Breath of the Wild. I'm just doing like a bunch of like side missions and stuff. But I'm still enjoying the game. The game still feels fresh to me for some reason. I can't get over it. And I can't wait to play Tears of the Kingdom. I haven't played that yet. So it's going to be a lot
Before
of
we
fun.
move on, I just say we need to call in a debt. Heartless still needs to do that platform.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Forget
Heartless.
Hold Heartless accountable. He can't skip on that.
Yeah. If Heartless doesn't, I'm not playing Elden Ring episode 30.
Yeah, and I was going to say Evo's over. Time to go, Heartless. Time to go.
No more excuses.
Yeah.
Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown.
The time will come. The time will come.
The time is coming. No, the time is coming.
Add some context to that, Puffer. We put a challenge out when we reached episode 20. Heartless, who is a notorious platform hater, has to play a platform game on stream, which it's going to be the Prince of Persia: Lost Crown. But now
Oy.
we got to make it happen. Now we reached it. We're at episode 23 now, so we got to call
Right.
it.
Mm-hmm. Now that you don't have Evo to practice for,
No.
extra time to
Exactly.
dedicate
That's why
to
we gave him the
torturing
pass.
yourself live for the
Right.
entertainment.
That's why we gave him the pass, because Evo was right around the corner. So it was like, all right, Evo. Once Evo's done, Heartless, you gotta
Evo
play that
still
game.
is right around the corner.
No, it's not.
Just
No, it's
This
not.
back in
guy.
time.
The
This
next
guy.
one.
Yeah,
Was it Evo France? They did announce that, right?
right. But yeah, Jeremy, are you playing anything?
Mainly still Street Fighter. I've been testing out First Descendant.
Mhm.
I've kind of put Elden Ring on hold a little bit because I'm working on some other stuff. But yeah, First Descendant. I've been playing that a little bit. To be honest, the game's not for me. I'm just not vibing. So I'm gonna drop that game. But yeah, still on the Marissa grind. We're gonna start doing. I'm really gonna start putting a lot of work into the game. I want to get Marissa to master. It's a goal.
Yeah, what rank are you right now?
Gold 4 right now.
Okay.
I keep bouncing out. I keep bouncing between platinum and gold. I just keep, I climb in. I get like a win streak and it gets me up to plat, and then I hit a losing streak and it knocks me back down. So, yeah, I got some stuff to work on. And I put Astrobot. I played a little bit of that at Evo. So
I envy you.
I've been watching the footage that I recorded because I really enjoyed it. Like,
They let you record footage?
yeah, it was an open convention. You could do whatever you wanted. Yeah.
Oh, that's nuts.
I got my photo with it was like a display. I got my photo with the Astrobot robot.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's cool.
But yeah, those are what I'm doing right now.
Maury, what about you?
Dude, didn't stream this week because I had a nonprofit event that I was performing at, which was awesome. It was really, really great. It was a good time. That was last night. But I did play off stream. I finally got around to Transistor. If you don't know, Supergiant Games, they're the guys who made Hades. They made 3 games prior to that: Bastion, Transistor, and Pyre. Love Hades to death. It might be one of my favorite games of all time, top 3. Love Pyre. Played Transistor when it was a PS Plus game in 2014. I was 14 years old. Didn't know how to appreciate the game. I was an idiot. So I finally went back, played it, platinumed it. Holy shit, phenomenal game. And that's kind of all I played this week.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Cool. Heartless, what about you? Because I know you're doing some new stuff too. What are you playing?
I started learning Under Night.
Yes,
Really?
I know.
Oh.
How do you like it? How
Yeah,
do you like the
I don't
game?
know if you guys know Under Night. It's a 2D, it's a pixel 2D fighting game. It's actually really sophisticated. Okay, so they got something I never really seen in a fighting game before. I should probably like put y'all on about Under Night. So in Under Night, in the middle of the screen, there's like a little tug of war at the bottom. There's like a little clock that goes on every 10 seconds, and every 10 seconds, whoever has more of the tug of war one, they get like a power boost. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Interesting.
Is that an
And,
Arxis game?
That adds like a huge. Yeah, is that an
The
Arxis
makers of
game?
Melted Blood. With French bread? French bread, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know, but Under Night 2. It's a dope game, guys. It's a dope game. There's a lot of complexities in that game. It's like an anime fighter, but I heard Rufamonger say it best. It's like the Street Fighter of anime fighters.
Yeah. Shout out
Really?
to Under Night and Melty Blood. They're the last 2 sprite-based fighters on the market today.
It is an Arxis game.
Shout out to those games, like keeping that old legacy of fighting games alive. Like, seriously.
Yeah, developed by French Bread, published by Arxis. So no, French Bread and Arc System Works both worked on the game, developed the game, and then it was published by Arxis.
Yeah, there was a new character I think they released at Evo. We got to play. I forget. It was some kind of like, she looked like a mage, had a tough hat on. I didn't get the chance to play her, but I saw the video. It looked really cool.
Okay. All right, so guys, a few games came out this week. Maury, fill us in about a few of those. What are your thoughts?
Absolutely. So we have a little list for y'all of games that released this week. I'll read through them, and at the end, if there's anything that stood out to the group, we'll talk about it. We'll chat about it. But first on the list is Crossover Roll for Initiative, which released on the PC on July 23rd. And it's got a lot of genres in it. It's RPG, board game, puzzle, strategy, tabletop. It's kind of all over the place. We also had F1 Manager 2024, which released for the PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and PC. And that was on July 23rd. And believe it or not, guys, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's a Formula One racing team simulator. It's really not that exciting.
That's like the 2K of the Madden of Formula One.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'll talk about that in a second. That might intrigue me. I don't know. But then this next one is Weirdlets. It's Weyrdlets. Chat. How would you pronounce that? What even is that anyway? Weirdlets.
I guess weird looking pets. I'm assuming
It looks like a typo.
It's got a. It might
it's
be
not a typo though. It's not a typo. That's the actual name of the game.
How would you guys pronounce it? Am I off? Is it Weirdlets?
It's weird. No, it's Weirdlets. It's Weirdlets. They're weird looking creatures, so they call them Weirdlets.
You know what? I'm gonna take that one on the chin, guys. Weirdlets. I apologize. Released on the PC on July 23rd, and it's a virtual pet productivity tool. Whatever that means to me.
So I watched the video for that. So apparently, what it is, it's like a Tamagotchi, but it'll also tell you what time it is, and it'll tell you like how. It also will do your. Tell you, you're going to run a calculator on it, but essentially everything you could do with a Tamagotchi, you have like this little like world bubble thing on the side down by your PC, where you're working, and you have to feed it, you have to walk it, you have to do all these things with it, and it'll also tell you the time, it'll do alarms for you, it'll manage your calendar, it'll do all this kind of stuff. Remember that little paperclip thing? It'll do all that stuff that did, but this is but it's like a little game.
Let me pull it up for the chat.
Yeah, please. Yeah,
there's like a little dinosaur. There's like a little bunch of little animals you can pick from. It's probably as close to Pokemon as we're gonna get right now.
I doubt it. I'm not.
I see. Here it is.
No, and no.
Yeah,
No.
I'm more than okay. Let's
it's just See, you have this little dinosaur thing, and you're supposed to take care of it.
You actually watched this whole video?
Yeah, I did. Yes. I research every game that we put on the show.
I was about to be like, this is definitely a kid's game, and then I was like, oh wait, Jerem watched this whole video, didn't he?
Stop.
Yeah, definitely did.
Leave Jerem alone.
That's dedication. That's dedication to the program.
Yes. Right.
Yeah,
think about Lullaby of Life. No, but you know what? I gotta hand it to Jerem because I'm looking at the game right now, and I'm pretty sure if I put it on, I probably enjoy the hell out of this game because it almost looks like Sims in my mind.
It's meant to be something like a productivity tool it's like in the corner of your PC or your computer while you're going about your everyday life.
And this is productivity. It's a productivity tool.
Yeah.
Am I not wasting time playing this game?
No.
That was my question. I'm like, what?
What it does is you take care of it like a little kid or whatever, and then if you need it to,
I got kids at home, Jerem.
If you need it
25 of them.
If you need it to like make a calendar thing, respond to an email for you, it'll do all those things,
Oh, really? It does all that?
Yeah, it's a productivity tool to connect to your PC.
Oh, wait, I take it back. I was hating. Now it sounds interesting.
No, I'm still hating.
Normally I have like a website that I get all the release of all the software every week, and normally anything that's like this or like a mobile game, I just delete off the list. It never makes it to the show, but this one caught my attention. I was like, I'm keeping this one. It seemed kind of cool.
I don't know. I think now it's kind of growing on me. It's weird.
I'm watching the gameplay right now, and I'm like, I'm not seeing how I'd be productive, but it's okay. You know what?
Okay. Okay. I gotta say something. Okay, this game, I don't know about this game being productive, this or that, and I don't see it really because it does take up the whole screen. But I do remember weeks ago we had a game on here that only took up the bottom third of your screen.
What you're watching right now for this is just this would be in a little box in the corner of your PC. Well, seeing what's right here. It would be a little box in the corner.
So it's not going to take up your whole screen like this.
So while you're working, this will just be running down there, and you just, you can make it full screen if you want, but it'll just be down there and interact with it. Yeah.
This reminds me of the 1/3 of the game that took up 1/3, and I have to say I would prefer a game that took up just like a solid 1/3. I would not want like a little box. I would want something that either takes up the left side of my screen, the right side of my screen, or the bottom of my screen. So that way I get to watch other, like I get to have like other stuff on full screen and not have empty space.
I could
You know what
see
I'm
that
saying?
if you have a
Yeah.
multiple screen setup, this would be on one of those screens, probably. You know, something like that. Yeah.
Listen,
That would be
what this
wild. Nah,
reminds
I
me
want
of?
something that just
Have any of y'all ever played Hearthstone?
Yeah, I
No,
was thinking
Yeah.
of that.
no, I've never played Hearthstone.
Okay, in Hearthstone, it's a trading
the
card
card
game,
game.
and on the board, in the corners of the board, there are like little things that you can fidget with, just like
Yeah.
little balls that you can kind of click on and pop. That's what this reminds me of. It's just like a little kind of fidget toy in the
That's
corner
what
of your
that is.
screen.
Oh,
You just
wow.
mess around with it.
But
That's
this
Oh, I
why
can
didn't know
that's-
Hearthstone had that.
this can also
I'm-
answer emails though. So it's
I've
like,
never played it, but I'm familiar with Hearthstone because I play Marvel Snap and it's the same.
It's the same
developer.
dude, Ben Brode.
Yeah,
Love that guy.
Ben Brode. Yep, Ben Brode is fun, bro. He's cool.
He's tough. He's tough.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, yeah, no, folks. If Weirdlet speaks to you, you're not me. Folks.
Hey man, like
So-
this, you know, like shout out to this whoever came up with this idea and actually like seeing it through. Maybe there's a market for this. I don't know.
Yeah,
Who knows?
dude. I hope so.
All right.
It'll be shut down in 3 months, folks. We also
Wow.
had Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, which is obviously a pretty old game, but the old one that I played too much of when I was a child has released on Game Pass, and that was on July 24th. I didn't know this till I read the document. I'll be downloading it once I get off, and I'm going to go relive the glory days of the,
I mean, it's the best
dual
one.
wheel.
Best one.
I might agree with you. That's crazy because people have such a stiffy for MW2. It wasn't that good. All right. I want to say this. It wasn't that good. There was so much cheese in it. There were so many ways. Like, what was the commando thing where you could just keep noob tubing kids? No, I don't ever want to go back into a noob tube lobby on Rust. I'm good. I love Modern Warfare 3, double FMJ9s or whatever they called them. Phenomenal. And that released on July 24th. 7 Days to Die. I guess came out on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on July 25th. And it's an apocalyptic survival horror game. Why did I think? What? Am I wrong? Is 7 Days to Die? Has that not been out?
Yeah, I felt like it was out before, but
I don't know this title.
unless it was on something before.
Maybe it was like a PS4 version of the game that already existed, and they just made the PS5 version.
It's probably a re-release. Yeah, I'll double check, but I feel like this definitely sounds like it's been out before.
I could be totally off, but that stuck out to me. But nevertheless, yeah, 7 Days to Die. We also had a Ranger, a role puzzling adventure for the PS5, the Switch, and the PC, which came out on July 25th. And it's a role puzzling adventure. We also had Earth Defense Force 6,
So
which came out on
before you move on with that one, Maury, is I was trying to do some research on this game, and I could not find the words to describe it properly. It's such a
Well-
unique game. It's kind of like Helldivers meets like an action adventure zombie experience. It was a really strange game. I couldn't find like the proper words to put down. But yeah, if you like Helldivers, check this out.
No, that's a great look because I doubt that I couldn't speak to it. So I appreciate you giving some more input on it. But yeah, we also had Earth Defense Force 6, which was for the PS5, PS4, and PC, and that released on July 25th. As well as Harvest Days, which released on the PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, Switch, and PC, everything, on July 25th. And I'm going to read the whole ordeal for Harvest Days. Escape the stress of the big city and enjoy the cozy country life. Take care of your... Nah, I'm about to really go off the cuff. Take care of your farm. Explore the open game world. Create your farm in paradise. Take over your animals. Cultivate the fields. Produce useful and decorative items. And shit in an outhouse.
Hey
Nuts.
ho!
Yeah,
Spoken like
Harvest
a true
Days.
Midwester. Spoken like a
Sorry.
true Midwest. Like a person.
No, yeah. Yeah, no, this is country as hell. This is amazing. Wow, Harvest Days, baby. I can do that because I grew up in South Carolina, so I can make fun of the accent. Don't tell me shit. Tokyo Xanadu EX
I don't know what this
Plus.
is.
Yeah, that's a
I'm
different
not
name.
much of an RPG kind of guy, so.
It's a mouthful.
Yeah,
Mm.
and it's only on the Switch, so it's pretty limited. But that released on July 25th, and it's an action RPG. And then we also had Weko the Mask Gatherer, which released on the PC on July 26th, which is a 3D action adventure game. we also had SNK versus Capcom Chaos, which is getting remastered. This is the remastered version of it, and it's available now.
Something to note about it's only available on Switch, PlayStation 4, previous gen consoles, and PC. No as of right now, no PlayStation 5 and no Xbox.
Yeah, that's not
weird.
This is it.
That's not it.
But if we have a couple of minutes to dedicate, Cash, I think you should look at some footage of this Waco the Mask Gatherer. Since you're big into Zelda right now, this game is like that. You should dedicate 2 minutes to it. I think you would like it.
Waco the Mask Gatherer. I'll look at it. I'll check it out.
But it's weird how it's only on previous gen. I mean, it's great to have it, but why not on current gen hardware? But
right.
Yeah.
There must be a reason behind that. They haven't given any reason as to why they chose to do that, but there has to be some specific reasoning to that.
maybe
Is it
there's-
just?
maybe
I was-
there's a big
I was going to
audience-
say it.
Yeah.
Is it just a way to save money? Because, a PS4 game can work on a PS5 and an Xbox One game can work on a Series X and S. And that way they only have to get like the licensing for one console instead of like 5. Is that why they do it? It's cutting corners and it's cheap.
Well, I'm gonna maybe speak to the KOF community. The KOF community is largely really big in Latin America, and they're huge fans of these crossover games. So maybe they're trying to attack that audience that play, in Latin America. Maybe there aren't as many PlayStation 5s and Xboxes down there, So maybe they're doing it for that reason, perhaps, and it could be. That's purely speculative.
Could be a combination of both.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, but I do know the KOF is really big in Latin America. It's like the biggest game down there. So,
yeah. Well, yeah, folks,
Yeah,
those
man.
were the games that released this week, but we also had some DLC and expansions. One of the DLCs and expansions that released this week was Lydia's out for Tekken 8. And she was released on the 25th.
Now Solo can stop talking about. He's been talking about nothing but this character for.
I already got her too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
You did? Heartless actually dished out some cash. Let's go.
Yeah. And then another fighting game had some DLC come out, and that was Takeda. Hope I said that right, for Mortal Kombat 1.
You did. Good job. Great.
Let's
Amazing.
go. And I'm not even a fighting game, guys. I'm him. I'm Timothy Neutron. Timothy Chalamet. Takeda for Mortal Kombat 1 released on the 23rd. And then another ordeal is the Guilty Gear Strive 3v3 beta test began on July 26th.
Yeah, it ended yesterday.
Yeah, it was only a select few of people because I didn't get access to it. So it was a very small number that got access to the 3v3. I'm kind of bummed out because I wanted to try it out, but
yeah.
C'est la vie.
Did you get a chance to try it, Puffer?
That shit looks like.
Did you know, or do you know about it at all?
I heard about it, but I didn't get a chance to try it, unfortunately.
Do you
The
think
extent
that
of my knowledge on it, though, is just about the team names that people have come up with. Because, give people a chance to come up with teams of people, and they're going to change their names to some wacky stuff.
Do you think that this is Arxis' response to 2XKO? Do they think that 2XKO is going to take their audience away?
I doubt it. I mean, 3v3 in a game like Guilty Gear, it's very clearly not kind of like built to support that sort of game. It's not a tag game. I mean, there is a lot of influence in 2XKO from Guilty Gear just because a lot of the development staff were old Guilty Gear heads. You got Pat the Flip, you got Marlon Pie, you got Apology Man on the Get team. But it's just that's not really the type of game that Guilty Gear is. They're just doing this because it's a fun time. Get your friends in. But I don't think they're going to be pushing it in any sort of competitive fashion.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. I think it's more like a party thing. Now, think about DBFZ. DBFZ has something very similar, but I don't think anybody does it competitively. It doesn't.
Yeah, DBZ has really dropped off competitively since,
I mean, I think the last patch kind of broke the game, in my opinion. The last patch made the game kind of crazy.
DBZ should have took MK's spot in the main stage.
MK is a newer game.
That was a horrible display. We'll talk about that more later. But that was a horrible display number-wise. DBZ could have doubled that number, But yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure it's probably a thing. I don't know how this Evo situation works, but I'm pretty sure they had to have it there because it's Mortal Kombat and it's the latest Mortal Kombat. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, those games you kind of come to expect those at Evo, and if it's not, it's gonna be a big deal. So I'm not really sure of like the ins and outs as to why they would have that, but hey,
I feel it.
yeah.
Um, we did have an X Element. We did have a team member, Breathe the Hydra. Shout out to her. She did win a tournament that was run by Bato City yesterday for the
Mhm.
street. She came out on top. It was really cool to see her want. To be honest, I don't know what the hell was happening on the screen the whole time. That shit moves way too fast for me. You know?
Heartless, what are your thoughts? Because I know you had thoughts. Heartless, where you at?
On Guilty Gear.
Yeah, Guilty Gears 3v3.
You can't hear me.
I
Yes.
can hear you now.
I think that shit looks like a mess. To be honest with you. Okay. I think Guilty Gear already looks like a mess.
Mhm.
And okay, let me rephrase that. I think Guilty Gear is the most beautiful looking fighting game out there, but it is very hectic.
Mhm.
Then you put 3v3 and they share a life bar. Oh, like,
Wait, what? I
yo,
didn't know
and then
that.
you can have 3v3. They share a life bar. You can see up to 6 characters on the screen at the same time. Oh, and guess what? They can be 3 of the same character.
Wait, what?
Here's something. A game like that is going to have a hard time running online. It's probably going to be impossible to run online. You know?
That's what I'm saying.
That's insane. I didn't know that. You can play the same character.
It
3
sounds
of
like
the same
insanity to
character.
me.
Yeah. But hey.
I seen a video with 6 Potemkins.
Ah,
Think
that's
back.
hilarious.
Think back to the Marvel days where you could only play the game on certain stages because it would be so sluggish otherwise. I could see that happening here. You know.
Damn. Well,
Mm.
the temperature tech for the Guilty Gear Strive 3v3 is not looking too hot, folks.
Bro,
Maybe skip
I was
it.
excited at first. But now it's just like
But-
I didn't know they shared a life bar, which is insane.
Yeah. Shout out to, but though, if you guys if you guys think we're missing anything, sound off on chat because if you guys believe in the system, support it. We want to hear from you. But,
And speaking of something that one of us believes in that was not given the proper love, folks, just this past weekend, the Concord Open Beta was here, and I want you sick fucks to know I hate every goddamn one of you. God damn it.
Love the segue.
Listen, I'm telling you, Cash, I'm getting real good at this shit. I'm fighting every day. I'm figuring it out. Folks, this game was shit on. This game was sent out to die, and it was
Who shat on the game, Maury?
Cash.
Who shat on the
No.
Maury, I have to.
Who shat on the game?
Since you brought it up, Maury, I have to address it with you. The numbers for that beta didn't look good. What is your what is it like? The Marvel had like 50,000 players at a time or something like
They
that.
ran out of keys.
Yeah, and
Well,
then the Concord had like 1,000.
Yeah,
So
it
things are
peaked
not
at
looking
2.
good. Yeah, things are not looking good for the launch of that game.
Oh, we got a raid? Oh, my apologies. Shout outs to JoJo for the raid, by the way. I did not notice that. Oh my God.
JoJo,
I
I want you
apologize.
biblically.
Here.
We apologize for that. We were so enthralled in, tantalizing conversation that we didn't see the raid. But welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. You actually hopped in on our weekly podcast, the Gamer Actual podcast. So if you guys are into gaming news, stick
Welcome
around.
Good to have you here. But
Yeah.
but Concord though, Maury,
Yeah.
I'm really nervous for the future of that game based on
Brother, you are not the only one. We peaked at 2,000 players on the open beta weekend, which is abysmal because again,
Mhm.
Marvel Rivals beta was closed, and they hit 50K as an all-time peak. So here's
as a closed beta is insane.
now,
Yeah.
and I'm going to say this.
Damn, that's too.
Just stick with me. I'm not saying that it's not abysmal. Marvel Rivals obviously has the advantage of being a Marvel property.
Yeah, it's recognizable.
It's recognizable.
Brand recognition.
And people are not giving Concord the chance it deserves. I'm so blown when people talked about and here's the deal. I think I think there's a lot going on. When you talk about Helldivers, it's a radically different game than Concord. And in the same regard, right, they're both live service titles coming from PlayStation Studios. When people saw Helldivers had a $40 price tag and a $10 battle pass every month, everyone was like, that's awesome. That's great. You know, why not? Concord has no battle pass. Concord, everything that you're going to get in that game, every new character, every new mode, every new map that is ever going to come out for that game comes in that $40 price package. And I understand if you're not a hero shooter person, if that's the case, like obviously I don't expect you to be playing Concord, but to the people who do play hero shooters, to the people who are PlayStation fans who have not given this game a chance, I'm so blown because I think that right now Firewalk is one of the only people in the industry doing what we've all asked developers to do, which is make a complete game and sell it to us at a singular price point.
Amen
and people are
to that, brother. We
Dude.
talked at length about that on this show, and I support that price model. I think
Yes.
free to play is whack. I really do. I don't think it's good for the longevity of everything. It feels
Same.
Yeah.
Same. And that's my biggest complaint right now is I'm just like, dude, like, and people just didn't give it a chance. Like, I have to remind everybody, the open beta was open. You didn't have to buy anything. You didn't have to do shit. You literally downloaded it and played it. And then on Steam, we only got 2,000 people. Like, I just, oh man, like people don't give things an effort or
What
a try.
do you think? What do you think is the cause of that, though?
Oh,
Well, let's give Marvel its due. Like that game looks great. The gameplay looks fun. I think it's just a matter, like what's hot. It's just being outdone by someone else at this moment in time.
Brand recognition. But no. But what I'm saying, I feel like
herd
is
mentality.
there any? Yeah, you think so?
Yeah,
I mean, is there any kind of controversy like surrounding Concord in any way?
I mean, the controversy is just that maybe the characters look a little bland, which I can understand. I feel like I personally don't find it bland, but I understand why some could. I think that some of the dialogue is pretty Marvel-y, and I understand why some people may not love that. But I really do believe that from the moment that game was shown at the State of Play a month and a half, 2 months ago now, people just wanted to see that game die. They wanted to see that game suffer. I think that's in part because PlayStation fans don't want live service titles being made by PlayStation Studios. And the truth is they're really not. You know, they had that whole plan under Jim Ryan and it's all been canceled and they're only putting out the best of the live service titles that were produced in that time. Right. So I just think people wanted to see it fail for whatever reason. And I don't know.
What do you think, Puffer? Do you know anything about the game? Have you heard about it?
No, not really. I'm really not much of a shooter guy. Not much less much of a hero shooter guy. But
it's actually a good thing since you don't gravitate towards shooters. So if you had to choose between the two, like what would you gravitate towards? Because they're clearly trying to get your business since you're not an FPS.
Yeah, absolutely. And of the two, I mean, Marvel Rivals is the only one that I really heard of. Like, I didn't even know Concord was really a thing until I listened to an episode of this podcast. Meanwhile, Marvel Rivals, I mean, it has, like you guys are saying, it has that mass appeal. It has that brand recognizability. It has, all the characters that people know and love. And so it's just real easy for people to get into it. And talking to my partner and everything about getting into it. It looks fun.
Do you think Concord's kind of struggling against that, where people just gravitate towards what they know, and people know Marvel.
There's that, but I'm also piggybacking on to what Maury said about the whole a horde mentality, and I think it's also a lot of PlayStation players. Remember, you kind of know what you're getting when you get PlayStation, right? You're looking for a friggin' spectacle narrative game, and you don't really get that with Concord. You're not getting that kind of experience. That's not what people come to PlayStation for. And I wonder if the fear is if these games are successful, PlayStation will kind of shift their model, kind of move away from single player games and all the games that you come to expect from PlayStation and focus more on these multiplayer live service type games.
And I think
that's just not.
I think there's one thing that we're overlooking as well is I think maybe the Destiny fans may be a little bit salty here because they feel like there's a game coming for their players. Destiny fans are loyal; they love their game, right? And there's a game coming in that looks like their game, and plays like their game, and I think they're a little salty. They don't want to leave Destiny. I mean, that could be a little bit going on too.
No, I mean you're totally on the money, Germ, because I mean you look at most of those Firewalk developers, they came from Bungie, and so the game has a lot of Destiny DNA. I think that's definitely there, but I really like what Cash said. I do think that PlayStation fans are like, no, this isn't what we want. And in the same breath, I just have to say the best version of Sony is a Sony that takes risks. That's just been definitively true. You look at any great moment in Sony's history with PlayStation exclusives, first-party titles, they come from Sony taking risks. And I don't like that everyone is trying to squander that. I understand if you're not a hero shooter person, but if you are a hero shooter person and you chose to completely ignore this game and write it off because of the herd mentality of the internet, dude, you do not want a Sony that doesn't take risks. And I love that this is the first time in 11 years that Sony is making a first-person shooter. Like, that's important. It's important that if they do this, that it at least succeeds.
Do you know how many pre-orders you got?
I don't know how many pre-orders. I know
you got much.
No, I mean, you have to figure if Steam capped out at the closed beta at about 1,300 players, you have to assume that it's close to that number on PC.
Low.
On
That's
PC.
Something like that, yeah.
That's really low for the life cycle.
Yeah,
And that's
These
Steam.
games that they don't start off strong because
The game needs content creators who are doing honest reviews.
Yeah, they
There's
need
that as well. I don't think, but I feel like there's a few content creators that are still like talking about the game, but it's still
There's
not
one
really
right here.
helping.
There's one right here.
This
Right
could be
here.
your niche more.
Yes,
this is my niche. Oh no,
yeah.
I'm going down with this fucking ship. Y'all piss me the fuck off. I'll burn with this motherfucker. Anyway, yeah, no, I'm going down with Concord. I don't think it's gonna do well, but I'm gonna keep streaming it as soon as it comes out. That'll be my mainstay game. That'll be what I play on stream, and I'm okay with that.
Shout out to WT Mori down here. If you are thirsty or curious about the game at all, you support this guy.
I love you, Jerm. God,
Yeah.
thank you. And yeah, I mean, we talked about it a little bit, but there was also the Marvel Rivals beta, which did very, very well. And I'm super bitter that I'm not playing it. I waited too long to go.
Second round.
Yeah, and that's the thing. But isn't it like a week and a half away?
Mm-hmm. What the official release?
No, the open beta that they're doing.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. But I thought they were going to do a console beta at first, but this was another PC beta, which I didn't expect.
Yeah, they have a console beta going on right now.
It's a console beta? I thought it was PC.
It's PC and it's console.
A console. Oh, so they're integrating. I guess they're working on the integration.
Yeah. Dr. Doom, he looks so cool. Like,
speaking of Dr. Doom, you saw that announcement?
What a shit decision.
I am so upset. I hate Marvel. So upset. Bro, like Cash, I am livid.
Cash, I love you.
We're gonna keep going.
This is not a movie podcast. We're not this nerd.
It doesn't matter, Joe. Quick tangent for a second.
Nerd action.
Yes.
Tony Stark is not Dr. Doom.
No,
Please.
he's not. No, he's not.
Robert Downey Jr. is not Dr. Doom.
But he's not. He's not playing Tony Stark. He's playing Dr. Doom.
Totally. Yes, an alternate. Yes, he is playing Dr. Doom. But an alternate version.
Yeah, it's a different timeline.
Yeah, but it's
going to be a
Dr.
Tony
Doom.
Stark variant. It's going to be a Tony Stark variant.
Yeah.
And like, I don't. Okay, and I have to say this. I have to say this. I did the math. There is a version of Dr. Doom that is Tony Stark. It was like a 4-week run. So
no, there are multiple. There are multiple versions.
About the Invincible Iron Man.
No. You have Invincible. No, you have Infamous Iron Man. And you have there was another one.
But there's
two Infamous Iron Man, pretty much.
But there's actually one where he's actually Dr. Doom, and it was a 4-comic run. And so I did the math. Do you want to know how long Dr. Doom has been Tony Stark? What percentage of time Dr. Doom has been a Tony Stark variant?
Not much.
0.0007%.
You did. Goddamn, you did that math?
Yep. I did that math earlier today because I was so I was so mad.
That with virtual pet?
Bro, for me, I was saying like if they were gonna bring him back as Superior Iron Man.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
That would make a lot more sense because he would still be a villain. Superior Iron Man is a villain, and he could even like reference this shit. Like, I bet your Tony probably thought he was invincible, as most of the Iron Man that I've killed, but I'm just more superior. Shit, bro, I could write that in. Marvel, hire me, please.
That was terrible. That was like at the end of the Fantastic Four movie when they said, "We're fantastic." Say that again.
Yes,
we're fantastic. Yeah, you suck, Cash. Don't hire this motherfucker.
A little bit on the nose. A little bit on the nose there.
No, I'm pretty sure, but they could hint to it or something. Do something in that regard. But like, bro.
Well, you got to put that in perspective. I think it was the end of Captain America 2, I think it was, where, or not Captain America 2, Avengers 2, where Captain America goes up and he's about to say Avengers, and then,
And then
ends.
and just
Remember?
cut the black.
They
God,
did the same
free
thing.
me.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
That's a preview of Nerd Actual coming up, and we'll let you know.
We'll be here soon. We'll be here soon because me and Cash need to cuss out Kevin Feige for that decision. But folks,
I'm not happy.
no, Cash, we're going to talk more, sexy man. Those were the games and expansions that released this week, and we're going to hop over into our main discussion topics. But Cash, where do we find ourselves?
Do we want to
All
start
right, so
with XKO, or do we want to move straight into the Evo stuff? Because I don't know how much Puffer time.
how much time Puffer? All right, so yeah, Puffer is not going to stay for very long with us tonight, guys. He's just coming in, sharing his expertise with 2XKO, which we are very appreciative of. We value your time here. Please come back again.
We don't want to we don't want to push you, Puffer. Like, if you have the time, we don't want to push you.
No, yeah, all
Right.
good. We're still looking good. Happy to be here.
All right.
Cool.
All
Let's
right,
go.
cool. So we can start with the Evo, and then we can do 2XKO. You fine with that?
Yep, no worries.
All right, cool. So yeah, so last week, Germ and Heartless abandoned us. They weren't here, and they abandoned us for Evo, which I'm fine with. I'm totally fine with. But during Evo, there was a bunch of announcements that were made. So one, there was the Tekken announcement we could get into later. There was we saw more of Terry.
Say that for the end. That's a
Huh?
doozy. The Tekken's
Yeah.
a doozy. Say that one.
Yes. And there was also, we saw I guess you could say cinematics for Terry in Street Fighter 6. There was also the announcement of Guilty Gear Season 4, which has a guest character from Cyberpunk, Edge Runner. I'm not a fan of Edge Runner, so I don't really know who Lucy is. Versasua, I can't even say this name, but this is a character from Grand Blue Fantasy. So all these titles, Grand Blue Fantasy, Guilty Gear, Street Fighter, Tekken, Multiverses, and KOF all had announcements. What are your thoughts on that, guys?
Do you want to go first, Heartless, or?
We're in the golden era for the FGC, guys. It's
Pretty
gonna
much.
get better as these games start implementing more and more rollback netcode. You're gonna start seeing more and more online events, which is gonna start seeing more and more mainstream esports type eyes. And I think the FGC is gonna grow. I really think it's gonna grow in terms of being an esport.
So think of it this way.
Shout
Go
out
ahead,
to you
Heartless.
for a moment. It set a record.
No, you
this
go.
past weekend for the
Mhm.
most attended esports event across
So that's-
all of esports.
So that's what I was alluding at right now, right? I feel like Evo is the embodiment of that. I feel like every year the FGC grows, you see that in that in the reflection of Evo, like the turnouts at Evo. You think that's safe to say?
Well, to be honest,
I agree 100%.
Yeah, absolutely, and it shows no signs of slowing down either. Like,
Bro.
I could see that number.
Because they're doing more Evos now.
No, but it's a big deal when even like super casual people know what Evo is, and these people are actually going to Evo. I don't know if you guys know who Jeremy Johns is. He's a big like YouTube like movie critic, right? He was at Evo. He went to Evo.
Oh.
He's not a big FGC guy.
You know
And
who
he
else was
went
at
to Evo.
Evo?
Who? You?
Hector Zeroni from Holes.
Who's that?
Yeah. Who is that?
You
never
fuckers-
seen the movie
you-
Holes with
you
Shia
fuckers-
LaBeouf?
Is that
Yes.
a movie? Is that a band? What is that?
You guys don't know who Hector Zeroni is?
Who is
No.
it? Like, enlighten us. Who is
Yo, what?
No, I don't know who that is.
Heartless,
No.
Heartless. We gotta lock him
The
up.
movie
You're
Holes?
saying it like it's the name Drake or something.
Yo, we gotta
Yeah.
execute.
I don't know him
bro.
as that, bro. I don't know him as
Heart-
know him as Hector Zeroni. He has another name.
No,
He has
Heartless.
I just googled him.
we
I
need to
just
old
googled
yell
who
at
you're
their
talking
asses.
about.
We need to old yell at their asses. We gotta put y'all
Hey,
down,
hey.
bro. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Yeah.
You're talking about Cleo Thomas, bro.
Yes.
No, but that's just I don't know him as no goddamn Hector Zeroni, bro. I know
Yeah.
Cleo Thomas. I even follow him on Twitch.
This old man was 40 when Holes came out, Heartless. That's why he doesn't know what it is. God,
No,
get him outta here.
I
Yo,
know Holt,
fact.
but I just didn't know the characters by name.
I don't know.
That's
who-
I'm not that
Yo, there's a delay in my
overblown.
audio.
Like, listen, I love even the Hold's theme song. What are we talking about? With 2 shoes, 2 tokens in hand. I got no respect because I'm the new man. Got my shovel, shoes full of sand. Check out the name's Caveman. Shut up! Don't tell me about holes. I just didn't know who Hector was. I just didn't
I'm
remember
tired
the
of this,
name.
Grandpa. That's too damn bad. I love that shit. That shit is so funny.
Yeah, that's my
Oh,
favorite.
yo, it's so good. Hector Zeroni
man.
was there though. That's nuts. That's
Yeah.
nuts. Wow.
Fun.
When her jaw starts hurting.
No,
You what?
but yeah,
that didn't enlighten any of that for me. But okay, I still have no clue who that is.
yeah, but yeah, like I said, I feel like definitely, I agree with Heartless. FGC is growing, and you're seeing it every year, like
And-
exponentially too. At that,
To put that out
Um,
there, there's still a couple of games, 3 games really, that haven't been represented in the FGC yet. DOA, Soul Calibur, and Virtua Fighter. Bring those 3 to the table, add another 5,000 fans easily. It's like
Yo,
crazy.
you know what's crazy about all 3 of those games?
mhm.
They're all 3D.
They're all 3D fighters.
3D fighters, yeah.
Which
Yeah.
I have a
Buffer,
predict-
what are your thoughts about 3D fighters? Are you a fan of 3D fighters like that?
I'm a huge fan of watching 3D fighters. I think Tekken is visually just one of the coolest fighting games out there. You see, I mean, it's easy for
I
someone
agree.
who doesn't really play fighting games to look at, I don't know, maybe Street Fighter and kind of sort of appreciate what's going on. But then Tekken, it just feels so tight. It feels so raw. All of the hits feel so meaty. It's a really, really good spectator sport. And they've just added so many different things to it that make it even more exciting for viewers. I can't speak to how it is as a competitor, but for the viewers, it is an incredible show.
what
Tekken is
Tekken's
always
got-
so much fun to watch.
What Tekken's got going for it is the game is so easy to explain to anyone that's never picked up the game ever. Like, all you have to do is tell them that X is 1, square is 2, triangle is 3, circle is 4, and then directions. How easy is that to explain to a person? When you're trying to tell them how to play a game. Street Fighter, you got to do this on counter hit. You got to be near the wall. You got to, it's like all these other things that may be too advanced, for
Right.
average.
Yeah, and with Tekken, one of the things that I really kind of appreciate about Tekken for new players is every character in Tekken has a ridiculous amount of moves. And when you look at that, if you just see a move list, it can be really overwhelming. But what that means when characters have that many moves is that if a new player is just mashing buttons, something cool is going to happen. It might not be competitively good, but something cool and visually interesting is going to happen. A bear is going to hit someone with a fish and then shoot it at them with a rocket-powered fish that explodes them somehow. Just random stuff happens in Tekken when you mash buttons, and that is great for new players to feel like they're really having an impact.
I will stand on this hill where Tekken has surpassed MK as the casual game. I really feel strongly on that. Like,
You're not the first person to say that, and I kind of agree with that. Yeah.
yeah.
Should we?
It's
can we
crazy
talk about
'cause-
the announcement.
I guess there's one more announcement that wasn't included in this link, but Evo also did announce that they're going to be expanding into France next year. They're also planning in 2026 to also be in Singapore. So there's a lot of options for Evo coming up in the next couple of years, which is
They
big.
need one for New York.
Yeah. Evo East would be really, really cool. Probably it would be, no, CEO's in Florida. Yeah, so Evo New York would be awesome for sure.
Yeah. Evo East. I like that name. Evo East is dope.
Yeah. Well, history lesson. There used to be 2 Evos. So for Evo, what it was now in Las Vegas, there was Evo East and Evo West. Evo West was in LA.
Mm-hmm.
And then Evo West, East, I don't know where it was. Probably New Jersey or New York. I don't know that one. But yeah, back when I was a kid, Evo West was in LA. And that's where it was much smaller back then, of course. But yeah, that's roots. That's the roots of Evo right there.
Yeah, that makes sense. But
And
yeah,
then-
we go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying. Then it moved to Vegas. So.
Mhm. Well, yeah. So, would you guys like to talk about the announcement, like exactly what was happening in the announcement, especially for Tekken?
We definitely got to talk about Tekken.
Yes. So yeah, he's not dead, guys.
Namco's
Heihachi is alive.
Namco's a bunch of trolls, liars. Like, seriously. But it was a dope reveal.
I actually love the fan reactions to Heihachi, especially like Tasty Steve. He lost his mind when that announcement was made, bro. It was insane. It was fun to see.
Yeah, and plus, like, Namco came up and they were like being real cheeky with the crowd when they were making these announcements. It was like they kept going off the stage and coming back on, and it was they they're a bunch of trolls. Shout out to
Mhm.
Rolata. He knows how to get a crowd going. You know?
Right.
It was really
Also,
cool. I'm
also the
curious.
Nike foams.
I have seen a lot of hate though about this reveal, where a lot of people think that this actually ruins the storyline of Tekken 8. But I don't know. I'm here for it.
I'm not big on Tekken, so I wouldn't really know.
The
So.
Tekken 8 storyline did close a lot of it did cut off a lot of loose ends that's been hanging around Tekken for the longest time, and
Mhm.
just reopens all that. Him coming back. So I could see why people get a little upset about that, but
Wasn't he thrown in a volcano? Am I?
yeah, he's been thrown in a volcano twice.
Listen, getting thrown in a volcano does not mean anything in Tekken in terms of your
Right.
life status.
Right. You can walk that off apparently. Okay. But yeah.
But it looks really cool, but it brings a lot of questions about who the fourth DLC character will be. Like, how do you top an announcement like this?
That guy Haji. That's
Yeah.
right.
How do you top that? I predict it'll be Devil Reina. I think she'll be the fourth DLC, but I don't know.
They did say Devil Reina was going to be a thing though.
Yeah, I remember we reported on that several weeks back.
Yeah, because they were banning people from like modding the character to look like Devil Reina. So yeah, there's definitely that.
It can either be Devil Reina or they'll bring in a guest character in, which probably with the way they did Tekken 7, I think every season it seems they added a guest character.
Mhm.
So they could easily do that here. Who that would be, I don't know. If I had to guess, Square Enix certainly is going hard these days. It'll be
Cloud.
a Square Enix character, if I had to guess.
But yeah, yeah, there was also the Nike announcement, which is insane to even think about. But there's precedent in the game because apparently, what's his name? Not Jin. Jin's dad. Why can't I remember his name? Kazuya. He's a sneakerhead apparently.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
You'll see what I mean. He's got like this dungeon of like hoarding sneakers.
Yeah, because it said it in his bio. He has it in his bio. That says, he likes to collect sneakers, which was crazy to even.
So let's talk about this moment right here that was on the screen right now.
This dude.
This is being touted as Evo Moment 38. So let me explain. Give you context to what just happened, just right there. So the guy, this guy right here, he's playing. What's his name?
Hugo.
He's playing him.
Hugo.
Hugo is considered one of the worst characters in the game. He's really bad. And
he's actually a boss from Final Fight.
Fourth at Evo with this character, and the whole single time he was doing this, he was sitting on the ground doing the splits while he was doing the doing these combos. So what happened here at the end was he jumped up and he air parried whatever that Ken was doing, and then finished it off with the super. So again, he air parried.
Look at his pose, bro. Look at his pose. Do you see his pose on the picture?
Yeah. Check out this guy. Like a little bit of footage, like he's jumping up, he's doing the splits, he's see the whole match, he's playing the splits. It's like what a character.
I don't even I want you guys to see his picture on the wall, bro. That's what I want y'all to see.
Yeah. So this is being touted.
He's been playing Hugo for like 20 years.
Yeah.
This guy's an OG. He's also the funniest man to ever touch the sticks. Jerem, I just sent you 4 pictures of Hayao's various pop-offs throughout the tournament. It's just immaculate.
Yeah. This one here in the corner here, the very last one, is becoming immortalized.
It's
this
so
one?
Yeah. Let me share
funny,
it.
Bro.
Cash.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, this photo right here is becoming immortalized, Cash. Hugo's been like replaced with like him jumping like that, and Ken's been sitting here in the chair. This photo is immortalized. This is forever going to be in FGC lore right here. This photo.
Yeah. Just a quick question from the chat. Shout out to Solo. He just asked, are we seeing a rebirth of the FGC due to every game becoming more accessible with modern or easy controls? Fighting games on a sense have always been a bit niche due to its complexity. I think so. I feel like the fact that there's a lot more accessibility features within gaming in general. A lot more people are kind of jumping on and just trying to learn a lot more.
I agree with that in terms of accessibility for sure. It's brought a lot of players to the table, like Smash did back in the day. But
Right.
what I really think is to elevating FGC is that it's actually getting legit support from the developers. Capcom, Namco, SNK, all these companies, they are rallying behind their IPs and they're supporting locals and tournament scenes. They're pouring money into it, and it's just making it fun again. You know, since
Bro.
arcades died, fighting games became really niche. They became sort of like this gang culture kind of in a way. But now those threads are loosening because it's becoming so yeah, because the developers are standing, they're showing support, they're showing the love.
Bro,
Shout out to the CS guys, they've been along.
it's the accessibility features, especially in Street Fighter,
You know what's crazy?
is phenomenal. Have you guys heard of Blind Warrior Sven?
I'm not familiar.
That dude is a legend, bro. He's actually he's
Yes,
an
sir.
actual blind person, and he plays
Oh,
Street
okay.
Fighter.
Sven.
Yeah.
Ian, yeah.
That's why he's the Blind Warrior Sven. That's what he calls himself.
Yeah. He won a match of Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5 back in the day.
But it's all because of the accessibility features. It's his hearing. That's what he's using to fight.
Yeah.
Which is insane. So, that's pretty cool.
To be honest, like to respond to what Harless said, yeah, FGC is reaching its new golden age because of support, accessibility, and support from developers.
You know what else is a part of it too?
Yeah.
The internet and Twitch as well, because now, like, when I
Which is
first
the new
started
arcade.
playing fighting games and started playing Street Fighter 4, yeah, it's like the new arcade. When I first started playing Street Fighter 4, I had no way to play with people. I didn't there weren't Twitch lobbies that you can go in and meet people and chat with people and exchange knowledge and make the game an easier game to understand. So the games are easier. The accessibility to the information is more out there. The game developers understand that people did not know what meaty and okizemi was, and they had to be taught what fuzzy guarding is and all this. And they started putting it all in the game's tutorials. And along with the internet, the arcade is the new internet, and we are going to see a resurgence in the FGC. It's going to recover to what it would have been if arcades had just stayed forever.
Yeah. What do you think, Puffer? You coming from the Smash community, and I say the Smash community is really what ushered in the sort of modern era of accessibility. If you want to say that,
yeah, for sure. I mean, Smash has been just an incredibly accessible fighting game for the longest time. Not only mechanically, in terms of how easy it is for people to get into it and feel like they're having an impact with the items and the crazy stages and everything, and all of that certainly contributes to it. But also just the amount of characters that are being released, the iconic names, your Clouds, your Steves. As much as I dislike the character, how they play, Steve from Minecraft being in Smash is crazy. So that's definitely been just like a really solid example of accessibility for the longest time.
The shift now. Remember, guest characters in fighting games used to be because video games were so niche. We needed the audience of other genres to elevate the gaming industry. I feel that it's changed now. Look at the cyberpunk gal that is in Guilty Gear. That's not to sell Guilty Gear game. That is to sell whatever that cyberpunk anime is. So Netflix is trying to get you to watch their program, So it feels like it's switched now, where the guest characters are meant to now uplift other genres because gaming is so prevalent now.
For sure. And it's not just the crossovers anymore. Like in terms of game mechanics, like upcoming game 2XKO is doing a lot of things to make it more accessible for new players, and I'll get to that once we cover 2XKO properly. But also, fighting game companies are doing a really good job of making characters, like original characters, that people really gravitate towards. Like, my partner is a cosplayer, and so she goes to a bunch of events and stuff, and she meets people who love Bridget from Guilty Gear, absolutely love the character. They've never played Guilty Gear a moment in their lives, but they love the characters, and so they're, a part of the fandom. And that's really something that we're starting to see now, is just really marketing characters that people can become attached to.
Do you want to shout out anything that she does? Did she post? Is she that kind of cosplayer? If you want to shout anything about it, feel free.
No, not really. Not a super big poster, but yeah, it's just being a part of that community. You get to know a lot of people, and you get to kind of see that side of the community. That, I mean, as me, a super competitive player, I don't really get to interact with the more casual side of things, but it's always good to see how it's like on that end and see that the games are appealing to that sort of audience.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like, to answer Solo's question fully, I feel fighting games have now found their audience of profitability. And I mean like casual, accessible fans, people that are just fans because they like it, because it's fun now. But before it was very limited because fighting games were hard, but now that barrier is gone. So yeah, we're in a golden age. We are in the goldenest of age.
Right. So let's move on. Another character that got released is Samurai Jack and Beetlejuice in multiverses. I'm very iffy on trying out multiverses. Samurai Jack made me want to try out the game again, but then someone is saying, I don't know who said it to me, but a friend said to me, do you want to hate Samurai Jack? Then play multiverses. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
So
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah.
that's how it is.
Just from looking at this character model, I know he looked like that in the show. I'm not really feeling this character model. It looks like a Play-Doh version of the character. I'm not feeling it personally, but
Yeah, and there's also Beetlejuice, but I haven't seen gameplay for Beetlejuice.
yeah.
Samurai Jack, because I saw the gameplay. When I saw the gameplay, I was like, this looks kind of neat. People are saying, nope, it's not. Don't fall for the hype at all.
But are we kind of?
He looks very slow. I hate the fact that the game looks so sluggish and slow and so floaty.
Aren't we kind
I
of
don't like it.
though that they announced a whole new like season of content and it's only 2 characters compared to the other games out there? That's really light on content.
I feel like the fact that they took the game offline kind of killed the momentum of this game. It really did.
A minimum 4. I think 4 is the standard of DLC passes these days. If you do anything less than 4, unless if it's something else really big, 2 is just not enough. It's just.
But
really
I don't believe this isn't a DLC pass, is it?
This is a season. Yeah,
this is a season. Yeah, it's the season, new season. But Agent Smith recently released though. That's the thing. Agent Smith came out with, who was it? Agent Smith and someone else came out recently. Joker. Agent Smith and Joker.
Yeah,
so I think that's probably why.
And that's the thing is that, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, something like Tekken, they get 4 characters. Sorry, not Tekken. Street Fighter gets like 4 characters across a year. I mean, they just released 2 new characters for this game 2 months ago when this game went live again. So they're currently, I mean, technically, if they keep this pace, they're outpacing other fighting games. But I'm certainly not here to argue for multiverses. I hate this game and I used to love it. Fuck this game. But anyway, that's just me.
Yeah, but these are cool characters, but I don't know who this speaks to because they really haven't captured a loyal audience of casual gamers yet. So
I don't even know what the player base. What is the player base for this game right now, especially on Steam?
I think where's the Mortal Kombat? Like Mortal Kombat, if you're trying to capture like the FGC, just bring in fighting game characters, bring in Mortal Kombat characters. Bring in.
So people allegedly had data mines of this game, and they saw Scorpion in it. So.
We reported on that.
Yeah, we did.
What's taking so long? They should have done that. This should be as soon as possible, ASAP. But
I don't know.
Because Evo, this was at Evo, not this year, but like year before, and it really was awesome.
I mean, it's still doing better than Mortal Kombat, I have to say. On Steam,
yeah, I don't doubt
doing
that.
better. It's doing better. So it's peaked at 5,963, and it's currently at 5,333.
Low overall compared to other games, but respectable, I guess.
No, it is. It's way better than even Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
Well, pull up.
Why? Why does that game always come up on this?
Pull up Tekken right now. It'll be triple that number.
It has definitely cursed us, bro.
Yeah,
it's a curse.
That's the running gag on this show. It'll be till the day this show.
Since this podcast started, we've found some way to reference Suicide Squad Kills Justice League.
But
Nowhere
never in a
but I.
positive way. We have never said
Never in a positive way.
entire game ever.
I'll try and sneak in a bit of slander when we get to the 2x KO section for
Won't be
sure.
hard.
I'll do my best. For the culture of the podcast, you know.
Yeah.
Let's go. So yeah, Mortal Kombat only has 2,000 people playing. That's crazy. That's wild. That's wild, bro.
Yeah,
Just,
that's disheartening.
Really interesting though. I think I don't know. I'm just still not sold on this game. If I was to play a character, it would be Marvin the Martian.
Agent Smith also looks kind of cool, bro. But it sucks that the game is not doing well either. It's like there's something missing, bro.
It's
did
progression.
something.
It's
Yeah.
progression. They have no way of progressing. They give you limited access to. Now, I actually don't know if that's still true. So let me clarify. Let me correct myself. But when the game launched, there was no way to progress. They would give you like a certain number of dailies, and after that, no matter how many matches you played, you didn't get any more experience toward the battle pass. So they were trying to get you to come back every day to get your dailies, and in the process, they lost somebody who probably put 50 hours into the original title before they took it down. So I don't know.
Look at you see Hollow's wish list: Johnny Test, Ronald McDonald, Ryu from Fortnite, and Corey Baxter.
Ronald McDonald is absurd. Ronald McDonald is absurd.
Isn't Ronald McDonald dead? Like McDonald's hasn't used that mascot in a long time. Does he even
No.
still exist?
I have no
Ronald
idea.
is a top tier
I really don't.
character in Rivals of Ether.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Crazy.
All right, so one more character that came out, which I totally missed when we were talking about the Evo announcement, is Miriam from Nen Impact. Again, this is another game that I'm not really feeling. This also looks super slow to me. It's nowhere near Marvel vs. Capcom in terms of like speed and just I don't know. I'm not really feeling this as well. What about you guys? What do you guys feel about it? Jerem,
What game is this?
Hunter x Hunter, Nen
Okay.
Impact. Yeah.
I got to play. I didn't play her, but she was playable at Evo, and she's
Miriam is Miriam a girl or a guy? I can't tell. I can't tell.
I didn't get a chance to play her. I didn't get a chance to be honest. I've never watched Hunter x Hunter, so I this is probably a game I'm never gonna play. But
Buffer, how about you?
From what I've heard about the game, it
Mhm.
looks to be pretty insane in terms of the things that you can do. It definitely doesn't look like, I mean, a lot of anime fighting games, they kind of go for the arena fighter type genre.
Yeah.
And they try to kind of like market themselves towards the more casual audiences. Nen Impact is a 3v3 tag fighter, and it looks pretty ridiculous and degenerate, which definitely appeals to a lot of people. But it's gonna be a bit harder of a sell for casuals. But I'm sure that this feels like the type of game to have a really small but extraordinarily dedicated pool of players.
Oh, it's definitely.
I'm sure that it'll find its audience, even if it doesn't see massive casual success.
Yeah, it's definitely.
But look at the movement though. Doesn't the characters look like super slow to you guys? They look like they're moving slower than
Marvel.
I don't like how this game looks, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it looks slow, bro. I don't like the movement. Like with Marvel, like I love the whole like speed, the excessiveness of the like the rush downs and stuff like that. This just looks very slow.
So to be fair though, Marvel is crazy. Marvel is like the most insane movement game. You just see characters flying around all over the screen, moving at 50 million miles an hour.
You can literally air dash from one side of the screen to the next, and Marvel is crazy.
I guess I won't really knock it until I have like full hands-on experience, but this game does look like it gets crazy though.
I echo what Puffer said. It's definitely going to carve out its niche Hunter versus Hunter anime fandom. But casual fans, I think they're just going to see this. They're going to push a few buttons, and they're going to be like, "I want to play Marvel instead," and they'll just go back to that.
Hollow just killed me. Hollow said it looks like an unfinished PS2 game. I'm getting it day one.
God. That guy gets it. That's the exact market for this game.
Right?
That's awesome.
So that's Miriam. This is Miriam. This character that looks like Frieza. Like an alternate universe Frieza. That's him.
I mean, yeah, I have a feeling this gameplay would have that effect on me as I would try it.
Mhm.
and then instantly just load up Marvel again because I have a connection with the Marvel
I mean,
character.
this looks kind of fun, but like again, I just don't like how slow it looks. But again, I could easily be wrong.
The
I
game
could
deserves
probably play it hands on, and it's a totally different experience.
the game deserves your time though. If the 2xKO servers start crashing because there's so many players, this could be a good backup game.
Wow.
It could, because that's going to happen. It happens at the beginning of every fighting game. The servers always crash those first few weeks or first couple weeks.
Yeah. But yeah. All right, so that's it for all the Evo announcements. I'm pretty sure we covered everything here. We said, yep, we did. Going through, just making sure.
Yeah. Shout out to Punk for winning Evo. Like seriously, like we get that monkey off his back. Like shout out to Punk. Like
Yeah, shout out to Punk, bro.
yeah.
Proud of him. All right, so yeah, so the moment you've all been waiting for, I guess. 2xKO. So recently, Braum was a new character that got added to 2xKO. One, I wanted to ask Buffer, what are some predictions you have for the next upcoming set of characters? And we'll get into other questions after all, but what are your thoughts? What do you think the next character possibly would be?
Yeah, I mean, League of Legends just has such an expansive roster of characters that all have pretty solid shots of making it in. There are a lot of really fan favorite characters that people have kind of been like. There are a lot of characters that we kind of know are going to be in the game because of just how popular they are. We're probably going to get Vi. She's the pink, short-haired girl from Arcane, just because of how insanely popular it is. She is. We're probably going to get Kaisa just because she's kind of the poster child for League of Legends. There are characters that are so close to fighting game characters in League already that we're probably going to see Akali, Lee Sin, Set, Riven. And then there are fan favorite characters in League that, you'd be shocked to see a Riot property without characters like Blitzcrank and the like. So there's just this team has an incredible opportunity with this IP because League has so many iconic, recognizable characters that would fit so well into fighting games. And even with just how well they've been able to translate the feel of the 6 characters so far, Ahri, Braum, Darius, Echo, Alawi, Yasuo, just with how well they've been able to get the power fantasy of playing those characters, they could take really whoever they want from League of Legends and make them absolutely amazing in this game.
If you're able to speak to it, like, could you explain to us a little bit how the tag mechanic works in this game? Because I played it, I got to play the 2 matches they let you play, and it's really cool. It's really easy to do the assists, but it's also kind of overwhelming at the same time to know what your assist options are when I was playing the game. So, if you can speak to it, like how does the assist mechanic work in this game?
Yeah, for sure. So basically, there are 2 characters on screen. You have your point character, which is the character out in front, and your assist character, which is the character out in back. You can swap between them in a bunch of different ways. You can just hold down the tag button, and you'll swap between them. You can press the tag button, and then that'll do a tag launcher, which on hit will launch the opposing character into the air and then swap out your characters.
So at any given time, you have access to 3 different assist types all the time?
No, you have 2 different. If we're just talking about assists, you have 2 different types of assists at any one time. You have your forward assist. If you press forward plus tag, that's your forward assist, and it's generally going to be some sort of forward advancing move. Or your back assist, which is back plus tag, and that's going to be, it changes depending on character. So let's look at Braum, for instance. Braum, if you press forward and tag, you get your forward assist, and he charges forward with his shield. But if you press back plus the assist, he stands in front of you with his shield and can block 1 attack. He has 1 hit of armor, and then he goes away.
Okay, that's cool. I could see that. That's really cool. I could see me liking him. He sounds like a very assist heavy character. Like
so they said they built him specifically for team support. So
yes,
he's a very team heavy character.
He's very
reliant on team
supportive capabilities. If you're in a 2v2, if it's just Braum by himself, your other character is dead, he's probably the worst character in the game. But if
Mhm.
you have at the start of the match, you have both of your characters out, he looks ridiculous. He looks incredibly strong. There are so many powerful things that you can do with that shield, with his
Mhm.
armor, with how his buff works, where if you don't know, if you land some of his moves, his shield kind of gets coated in ice. He
Yeah.
has armor on all of his shield attacks. His specials get more powerful. And then if you back that up with a really, really powerful offensive character, someone like Braum Echo was a super popular combo in all of the high level footage that we're going to see that we saw over the Evo weekend, because of just how well Braum with his defensive capabilities can protect Echo and let him get in for his diabolical mix-ups.
So it
Mhm.
sounds like to me he's kind of like Juggernaut from Marvel too. Is that a fair comparison? Because that's kind of what Juggernaut was in that game, where he had like the huge charge attacks. He had a lot of armor. He could knock you across the screen. You know what I mean?
I can see
Sounds
that.
like Juggernaut. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Or I know a lot of people are comparing him to Hagar as well. He definitely fills that role of
Mm.
really, really strong when you have a team that he can support and a team that can support him. By himself, not as strong. Except I would say the main difference is that he's a lot more focused on protecting his teammates and setting up for
Yeah.
his teammates rather than having his teammates playing around him, if that makes sense.
Makes sense. Okay.
You can also buff his shield and then pull him back as an assist, and that shield will have the buff every time you call it out as an assist.
Yes. So instead of having one hit of armor, like I mentioned earlier, he'll have
Mhm.
2 hits of armor, which is
Wow.
just disgusting.
How you keep that in check and not letting it go too far? That's gonna be interesting. There must be debuff characters in the game then that can take away that kind of stuff. To balance something like that.
So the way that you take away the buff, everyone can take away the buff. For Braum's buff, you just have to knock him down. Any hard knockdown, whether it's off a throw or just at the end of a combo or it's a super. If he gets knocked down, the buff is spent, and also some of his specials consume the buff.
Oh, that's really cool. This
Mm.
this game seems dope. What I did notice also when I played the game is even if your character was dead, you could still run assist for the other character that's alive, your tag partner. That's really cool. I'd never really seen that before in a tag game, where if you just previously if your character died, they're dead. They can't help you no more. But this game's not like that.
Oh, so they get relegated to just only the assist character then.
What I noticed is you could still do the assist, but out on a 10-second cooldown. So even if your character is dead and they're still fighting for their lives, they would jump. You could still assist, but on a 10-second cooldown.
Yeah, it's called the last stand assist mechanic, and it's kind of this game's version of a comeback mechanic. The way that it works is if you have one character alive, one character dead, and the character that's currently alive is on less than 50% health, your character that is dead can come in and do their assist, but it's a last stand assist. So instead of their normal assist, it is a version of one of their supers. So Alawi's one of Alawi's supers, she slams her idol down on the ground, summons a bunch of tentacles. That's her last stand. So if you call her last stand, just a bunch of tentacles get summoned up, and they can help you with pressure and all of that. But yeah, you can only do it once every 10 seconds, roughly.
Okay.
So is there some kind of like X Factor mechanic in this game, or no? Is that the only one?
That's
the
the
last
closest thing
stand.
to X Factor. But also,
Okay.
there is a fuse in the game called the Fury Fuse. So as a quick refresher on the fuse mechanics, if you guys have ever played CVS2, it's similar to the groove mechanics in there. It's basically at the start of the match, you choose a fuse, and that impacts it changes some of the game's mechanics around your team. And one of the fuses is called the Fury Fuse, where when your character is below 40% health, you gain a damage buff and you get a one-time use dash cancel. So that is the closest thing we have to Marvel X Factor. Obviously, nothing nearly as explosive. But
Sounds like a very fair version when Capcom tried to do gems in Tekken. It sounds like about a more fair, balanced way to do it.
yeah, absolutely. Fury is definitely a lot more reasonable.
Yeah.
Like, it's really good for new players because you don't have to do anything like extra. Like an example of another fuse that's maybe more popular at high level is 2x assist, where you can call your assist twice instead of just once. But that requires, a lot of extra effort in finding out your setups, a lot of extra effort in knowing what you're going to do with that fuse. With the Fury Fuse, you just deal extra damage. So it's great for new players, but it has a bit less options at high level compared to the other fuses.
Does this game have happy birthdays in it? I didn't experience any in the 2 matches I did, but does it have happy birthdays in it? Can you catch both characters at the same time?
The game absolutely has happy birthdays in it, which, for those of you who don't know, a happy birthday is when you hit both characters at the same time in a tag game. And the main advantage here with a happy birthday is that the opponent can't burst, because in the your assist character basically controls when you burst. So when you burst, it's called dynamic save in this game. Your assist character comes in, does a big thing, and then you're out of the combo. But if you're hitting a happy birthday, you're hitting both of the characters at the time. That burst option no longer available, so you can just do whatever you want.
That's insane.
Wow, this is a very, very deep tag game. Like, wow, so many layers, but it seems like they all really are well thought out and very balanced. I'm impressed.
I'm sure they took reference from a bunch of other tag fighters to come up with this whole mechanic.
Yeah, absolutely. There are developers from all over the fighting game community, like I was mentioning earlier. Developers from Guilty Gear, developers from Street Fighter, developers from Marvel, just people who love fighting games and have been playing them for long enough to know what makes fighting games awesome, but also know what can make fighting games pretty frustrating at times. So they're definitely pooling all of that knowledge together.
You posted a video about that very recently, if I remember correctly. You were addressing that exact concern where people think that 2XKO is gonna try to take away FGC players or whatever and just kind of muscle in on it. But no, it feels like they're taking that other approach, a different approach, where they're trying to elevate the existing FGC that's already there and bring and not trying to steal Street Fighter players or Tekken players or Strike players or whatever.
Yeah,
I can't see this taking away any players whatsoever, because not everyone is a tag fighter fan. So
the more I learn about this game, the more interested I am in it.
The game looks amazing though.
Yeah. I haven't really seen quite a character yet. There's only 6 that I really
Echo and Yasuo for me, baby. Echo and Yasuo for me, bro.
I haven't seen yet a character that's that's my main yet. But maybe.
What about Ilaoi?
That's if as of the way the game stands, definitely during the alpha, that's going to be the character I play for sure.
Yeah, Ilaoi's like Marissa, but with setups. That character looks
exactly,
despicable.
and he's a Marissa main, so it's
that's what I'm saying.
Right.
She looks great. It looks like my cup of tea right now.
Yeah, she looks cool.
Mess with her during the alpha.
Yeah, you run Darius Ilaoi, you just press big buttons, massive pressure, deal stupid amounts of chip damage because of the blade. That team feels like it has your name written all over it.
Yeah, guaranteed. I'll find. I'm excited. I can't wait to try this game next couple weeks.
Echo, bro. I don't know, bro. Echo's.
Isn't Echo in League?
Yeah, these are all league characters.
These are league characters.
It's a league fighting game.
Yeah, it's a league fighting game, bro.
So yeah, I'm getting up to speed now. I knew it was made by Riot, but I was like,
I'm glad you brought that up, Maury, because I maybe you agree, Puffer, or maybe you have a different opinion. I think this is going to be more than just League of Legends fighting game. I think there's going to be Valorant. I think there's going to be whatever else Riot owns. It's going to be all across Riot. It's going to be Riot fighting game, not League of Legends fighting game. But
he's been singing that song for a long time, Puffer.
Why would they call it 2XKO if they weren't going to do that?
I mean, I can definitely see it down the line. In a couple of years, maybe they chuck in Jet, but right now they have so many fan favorite, amazing league characters that would work so well in a fighting game. I can't see them bringing Jet in now. But I mean, the developers have said that they're open to the possibility later down the line. They've said that right now they're not thinking about it, but I mean, this game the way that they're talking about the game, they're calling it the forever fighting game. They want to make a forever fighting game. They're wanting to make a game that you can play now and you can play in 20 years with your kids. I'm sure eventually down the line, someone from Valorant is going to get in.
Yeah.
Not only that, I can see that they can have them as guest characters too. They don't have to be they can just be guest characters like Street Fighter would. They have a whole a roster to choose from.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
So I have a question for you, Puffer. What do you think the competitive standard or the future for this game is? Do you think it's going to be 1v1, one person controls all the characters, in a match or in a tournament setting? Or are those going to be 4 people running a tournament bracket? You're trying to run through a tournament.
I would absolutely love to see teams entering events. Cool. I think it would be so fun to play as a solo against a team. I really want to break up a couple over this game. You just
Plus,
make
you don't
them
see that in
rage
fighting games.
Yeah. Exactly. It's something completely new, and that would be awesome. But
I could
also,
see
the
in-person
fighting game
pop-ups.
community.
I could see in-person pop-ups in a situation like where it's always 2v2, just
Yeah.
being viral moments. I could just see it. Yeah.
The two-person pop-ups are going to be crazy. I know that right now, the way that for the alpha test, for the tournaments that have been set up, the way that those are being set up is that they have separate brackets for 1v1 and 2v2, but I'm pretty sure that's only because of the logistics of Start GG right now. But I think in the future, I would love for it to be mixed. I would love to see 2v2s or like teams and 1v1s. But also, the fighting game community is really stubborn, and the fighting game community doesn't really like change. Like, people are still using fight sticks from the arcades just because they like it, just because it's what's comfortable for them, it's what they've grown up with. People have grown up playing fighting games by themselves, and it's not going to be easy to, make those people change their mind and be like, yeah, no, I'll give it a try competitively with a team. Casually. Team play is going to do amazing, and it's great for accessibility. But
that game. Just look at Smash Melee. People will never drop that game.
Right,
They're
exactly.
Still it, you know? But
in the fighting game community, people hold on to what they love for dear life, and that's one of the things that I love about them. But yeah, I think it's going to take a while for 2v2 to catch on competitively, but I really hope it does. It would be super cool.
Yeah, it'd be
I'm not going to do it personally, but I want to play against them.
That'd be cool, bro.
I would love to see it. It would definitely be curious to see if this enters Evo in 2025, if it comes out quick enough, because Evo is already as jam-packed as it can get. Like, add another team of 4,000 competitors, times that by 2 because they're going to be on teams. That's going to be crazy. Crazy.
All right, so Buffer, I got a question for you. Since we all know this game is going to be free to play, how do you foresee them monetizing this game?
So, funnily enough, they actually talked about this recently on stream. Over EVO weekend, they had a section of the developer Q&A where they talked about monetization. And, they're just going with the way that League games have been, the way that Riot games, have been monetized in the past, the way that League works, where everything gameplay-wise is free. You can unlock all of the characters for free. Every little bit of gameplay content is always going to be free, but cosmetics are going to be sold. They've shown off Dynasty Ori as a skin already. Looks great. They've shown off stickers that are kind of like emotes. And the sky's the limit in terms of cosmetics with a game like this. I could see them doing different stages. I could see them doing different announcer packs. I know they're doing a battle pass, that's for sure. But all of the gameplay stuff is free.
What about DLC characters?
It's all going to be free. Everything gameplay wise, they've made clear that's going to be free.
See, that's going to change.
That's amazing.
That's going to change the industry forever. All companies are going to follow suit after this.
So my question is, in that case, right, because as someone who's played a little bit of Valorant, right, even though you could unlock the characters solely by playing the game, it's going to take you a millennia to unlock the entire roster. Are you saying that as each character comes out, they're available day and date to the entire player base? Or do I need to have a certain number of tokens to be able to unlock these new characters and characters in the starting roster?
I can definitely see them doing a token thing, and also having a free roll sort of system to where you can try out the characters. And I'll admit that's a bit of a grind to get all of the characters. But they've also mentioned that they're doing a workaround for tournament organizers, because if you had to spend like 30 hours to unlock every character in a tournament setting, that's not going to work, because in a tournament setting, you have hundreds of setups. And so getting tournament organizers to play 30 hours on each individual setup to make sure that you have all the characters ready for tournaments, that's not possible. And they know that's not possible. So they're going to give workarounds for tournament organizers. But yeah, for most players, you are going to have to kind of grind it out. I know that you're going to be able to, you're probably going to be able to just buy the characters outright, but they have mentioned that it is going to be a bit of a grind, which is
correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't League of Legends do like that kind of like KI where it's like revolving characters?
Yeah, in League of Legends, every week different characters are free to play.
So kind of like Granblue, where they every so often release, like Graham's always there, Bran is always there, whatever his name character is, but there's always a couple of other rotating free ones. You think that they're going to do that here?
I could definitely see that. I mean, that's how they do it with League, so I'm sure that they probably have they'll have a similar system in place for this. I can see Darius being the kind of like Darius and Ari being the ones that are always free, and then the rest of them kind of rotating. Yeah, I can definitely see them doing something like that.
So go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I'll be honest, as someone who's not a fighting game guy, this is the only fighting game that has ever stuck out to me where I'm like, I want to play this game so badly. And I guess my one question is just like, not even a question, and it's obviously not going to happen. I almost wish that they would just take the approach that I think most people are preferring right now in the industry, which is I would rather buy my games and have the content just come packed in. I'd rather spend $70 on 2XKO when it comes out and know that I'm getting the entire roster. I'm getting all the maps or whatever. I'm sure that maps aren't something that are restricted, but I do kind of wish that they would do that because I think that this game is quality enough for them to do that. I understand that Riot's entire lineage, though, is in free-to-play games where they charge you to get the characters and things of that nature, but this game looks intriguing enough to me to where I wish that they would just pack it up in one package and let me buy all the characters at once. But that's just a personal thing.
I feel like they would do something. They would still probably offer something like that.
I think they'll kind of do what Capcom does. Maybe every couple of years, release like a bundle package.
Exactly. That's where my mind went with that. Yeah, but the game looks phenomenal, bro.
So, Pepper, what do you think the starting roster is going to be? Like, give me a number. What do you think the starting roster is going to be?
So right now we have 6, and they're talking about a 2025 release. I think we're probably not going to get more than 10 to start out with. I think 10 is a pretty reasonable number for next year in terms of the release window, because we're having 6 until August, and then they released Alawi fully in Evo Japan a couple months ago, and then Braum now. I could see them 10 to 12 feels reasonable, and for a tag game, that's not a lot, but the thing is that you have, if you have 12 characters and also the 5 fuses so far, they might add more. That is a lot of different team compositions that you can play with, because Echo Braum with Double Down plays completely differently to Echo Braum with 2x assist. Even though they have the same characters, just the difference in fuses, it really makes a difference gameplay wise. And so,
so essentially, kind of like the way MK10 did it, where characters had 3 different variations, so it created like all these different infinite number of combinations, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's kind of a low number, personally. I think it's going to probably be somewhere around 16. That's kind of where my mind's at, but I don't know. I don't know League of Legends. But I know, correct me if I'm wrong, League of Legends has got like close to 200 on the roster. Right?
Yeah, something like 182 right now or something crazy.
It's outrageous.
So they have a lot of characters to choose from then. What is this? This looks amazing.
This is a trailer for a new League game mode that they're doing. It's like Vampire Survivors, yeah.
Bullet
Heaven type. Yeah.
Oh.
I think that's what it's called.
I could not be more excited though for this 2XKO. I haven't been this excited since Street Fighter 4. This game's got me. It's got me.
It's gonna be monumental, huge for the FGC.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is definitely going to change.
Let's go even bigger. It's going to be huge for esports as a whole. Esports is now.
We just got a raid from Ryoku-san. Hey, yo, bro, we keep missing the raids, bro. We keep missing the raids because we're so much in the conversation. Shout outs to Ryoku-san. Somebody give Ryoku-san a shout out, please. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, everybody. You just caught us on our weekly podcast, the Gamer Actual Podcast. You guys are into gaming news. Check us out every week. 10 a.m., 10 p.m. What am I talking about? 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
So I have a question for you, Maury. You being like the casualist of fighting game fan here, what drives you towards 2XKO? What's going to keep you in the game? Like, once you give it a try, what's going to keep you there? Because that's usually tends to be what happens is players try fighting games, they push a few buttons, they do a couple of arcade ladders, and then they never pick up the game again. So do you think that this game can hold? Yeah.
Dude, for starters, Germ, that was a phenomenal question for the noob, me in the room. Dude, that was awesome. I feel so important because, dude, I don't know shit about fighting games, and I feel like, I get to say something of value, hopefully.
Gotta have balance on the show, right?
Right.
No. I mean, as someone who's not a fighting game fan, I think like the first things that I think the reason why it stands out to me is I think that one thing about Riot is that their art direction, their style, like the way that their games look is so amazing. Like that was what made me want to play Valorant, was the art style. So I'm intrigued by the art style. I guess what's going to keep me in the game is not feeling like I'm getting stuck, and that's kind of why I brought up what I brought up earlier. My biggest gripe with Valorant is that I'll purchase a character after reading a bit about them, maybe watching some gameplay, right, with the limited tokens that I have. And then I start playing as the character and I suck as the character. And I'm like, oh, let me play him for a couple more hours. And then I play that character for a couple more hours and it just doesn't click. It's not a character I want to play. So I'm like, well, I'd love to play another character right now, but I don't have any other characters unlocked. And I don't really want to spend $10 on a whole character. You know what I mean? So my hope for this game is that they make some sort of a package deal where, hey, if you give us $70, we're going to give you the entire roster or whatever. I'm not saying they will, but like for me, that's huge. Is that I think even in Street Fighter, I started playing as Baka. Is that his name?
Blanca.
Blanca.
Mhm.
Yeah, Blanca. And he didn't make sense to me. I couldn't get him to click. And the beauty of Street Fighter was even if I didn't do it on stream, I could go off stream and try another character and see how that worked because the entire roster was available to me. So I think the thing that's going to make me stay in this game is not feeling stuck, not purchasing a character and being like, okay, let me see if I like them. Let me see if they make sense. No matter how many videos you watch, you can't know how a character feels until you have it in your hands. I just don't think limiting your player base's ability to experiment with your game is a great approach. So we'll see. I'm hoping they do some sort of a package. We'll see.
Really?
I will say, I want to kind of do my best to alleviate some of your fears because that feeling of playing, spending a lot of time playing to get enough tokens or whatever to purchase a character and then playing them and then having them not click, that sucks. But I just want to alleviate maybe some of those worries.
Oh my
because
goodness.
I'm sure you'll be able to try them out in training mode without needing to buy them. I'm sure that even if you have to buy them in order to play them against other people, I'm sure you'll be able to try them in training mode and see how they work. But also, Riot is doing a lot of things in the game to make it as easy as possible for you to learn characters. And they're not doing that by making the characters simple. If you've seen footage of this game, you know how insane some of these characters are. Echo's mix is diabolical. Yasuo's stance cancels are ridiculously technical. But what they're doing is one of the fuses in the game is the pulse fuse. It gives you auto combos. But you don't have to. The way that auto combos work in other games is you just mash a button and you get a combo, and that's it. But in 2xKO, the way the auto combos work is that you can mash either light, medium, or heavy, and they'll give you different combo routes, and you can switch between the combo routes at any time. So that's just a really great way to kind of ease the learning curve into a character, is you can mess around with the auto combo fuse. You can learn how the combos are built up. You can get a sense for how it feels to play the character at that higher level. And it's just a way for it to maybe click a little bit easier.
Puffer just completely sold me. I'll be here day one. Puffer, thank you. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm here. I'm locked in. Cash, you'll see me. You'll see me in the lobbies, I promise.
Just one more thing before we even continue. We got another raid. Shout outs to Wilcher for the raid of 23. Oh my God. Y'all just showing the love tonight.
Welcome in.
We had Ryoku-san with the raid of 11. Wilshire with the raid of 23, and I'm pretty sure we had a raid prior to that. Who was it? Jojo. Thank you to Jojo for the raid of 6. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Wild. Thank you.
Legends in chat. Wow.
Jesus.
Big shout out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a page out of Maury's playbook. I love you biblically.
I want you biblically, Wilshire.
All
right.
So, dude, the game looks amazing. Puffer, do you have any other information you want to lay on us about the game? I have one more question, actually. In terms of solo content, has anything been confirmed with Riot for this game, or is it going to be strictly a competitive game?
Right now, all of their effort is working on making the core experience of fighting other people as good and as polished as possible. They are thinking of other game modes down the line, but right now their main priority is just making sure that fighting game is as good as it can be.
Okay. I wonder if the skins you've bought in League of Legends can come over to this game.
It'd be cool. I doubt it.
Yeah, it's very doubtful, but it's a nice thought.
Is there precedent for that? Have they ever done that for Valorant?
Not that I'm aware now.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I don't think that's not gonna fly. Like I said, it's a cool thought, but that's definitely not gonna fly.
But the game looks really cool. Brahms
Mhm.
got my attention, and how do you say her name? Elohai.
Alawi.
Ilawi.
She, those two have my attention. They look really, really cool.
Braum and Alawi is a dirty team. Those two characters have the highest health in the game. So if you smack that Fury Fuse on that I was talking about earlier, 40% health or less, you deal extra damage. You can 40% of Alawi's health bar is ridiculous. You can smack some people up with those two.
So I could run like a Cane Blue River, just big body team. I'm
Oh,
down.
absolutely. Just smack the hell out of them for sure.
That's insane, man.
Yeah. Wow. Any closing thoughts about the game? Anyone?
Is there an official? We still don't have an official release date. No, the
Nah.
alpha. When is the alpha?
Alpha happening in just a little bit. It's happening from August the 8th to August the 19th. You can still sign up for it. Just go, I think it's play2xko.com. Sign up for the alpha. You'll get a survey in your email, and then you fill that out, and then you're registered in. Everyone who gets into the alpha gets a +1 referral code that they can give to a friend, so you can guaranteed play it with someone that you know and love. Sign up for it. It's going to be great. I'm certainly going to do my best to get in there. I think as a content creator, I'm going to get in because of shenaniganery, but listen,
well, I'll be there. I got 4 codes. Yeah.
Oh, really? I already signed up. I got
She was my tag partner, and she got a code too. So I'll have 4 codes total. I can't.
That's cool.
Huge.
Yeah, I already did the survey, so we'll see.
Yeah, fingers crossed for everyone. Hopefully, you guys in chat can get in if you're interested. Also, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Let me know. I'm more than happy to answer while I'm here. 2xko, I have been living and breathing for the past, I want to say, like 3 years. So
I can tell.
Jeez.
Like your wealth of knowledge.
Oh, thank you for the follow. ADHDSC, thank you.
So I have kind of like got to keep things fair and balanced. Do you have anything that concerns you about the game? Like, what are some concerns you have, either gameplay wise, or what are some concerns?
A lot of the concerns from the people that have played the game is that it is really offense favored right now. About a year ago at EVO 2023, the feedback was that the game was really defense favored. Is that if you're blocking, if you know how to block, the defensive options in retreating guard, push block, and parry were so powerful that it was really hard to open people up. But they've made a lot of changes to the game. People have gotten better at the game. Their mix-ups are disgusting. So right now it's really feeling super offense favored, where if you get a hit in, then you can get a combo, you can knock them down, you can loop Oki, and then that's just kind of the round. And
sounds like your basic Street Fighter 6 right now.
A little bit, but that's always a concern, is that the game is too offense oriented, is that's going to be too strong. And so, but we'll see. I feel like games naturally, as they progress, get more defensive. I mean, Smash is an extreme example, but if you look at what's happened to that, I mean, everyone's just camping now. Everyone's
over the years.
Back.
There's a reason why they introduced the heat system, because everyone would turtle up and matches would take forever. You know, the reason why they came up with the heat system and made it so aggressive now in Tekken 8 is because so many matches were ending with timeouts, because people would just turtle up and, you know,
right. They'd get a couple hits in and then just Korean backdash for the rest of the round.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think the game looks really cool. I can't wait to try it. Like, hey, are we gonna see you in the streets, Puffer? Because I want to throw down. Let's go.
Yeah, for sure. I'll try and be live on stream every day of the alpha. I'll be pumping out as much content as my body can handle making. Just guides, videos, streams, everything. I'll be in tournaments. I'll be grinding this game out like it's like my life depends on it, really.
And where can people find you?
Yeah, people can find me primarily on YouTube, Puffer McSparkleface, but I'm also on TikTok. I post most of the same stuff there. Minor presence on Twitter, but I also exist on Twitter. Puffer McSparkleface, basically everywhere.
I just post your link tree in chat, guys. Go give him a follow. Puffer is awesome.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
What a wealth of knowledge, man. Like I feel I played the game and I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but now I wish I would have gotten that beforehand.
Yeah, I'm definitely will be tapping in with you, Puffer, for sure.
Sounds good. Hit me up anytime.
Oh yeah.
What's your stream schedule going to be like, you think?
Not worked that out yet. Probably in the morning just because of life stuff, but I'll iron it out in the next couple of days for sure.
I'll be waiting for that notification. Boom.
Sounds good. Thank you so much for having me, you guys. It's been a pleasure to shoot in the
Likewise,
breeze with y'all.
Thank you for coming in.
Yo, thank you for coming through, bro.
Please, everybody, drop the man the follow, please.
Yeah, I already gave him a follow. I didn't realize that on YouTube. See, got you, bro.
That's
got
awesome,
you, bro.
Don't go anywhere, audience. The show's not over yet. It's just Puffer is.
I'm just heading out.
The show, so we still have much to dive into. So
enjoy yourself. There's some really sick news ahead, and I mean, these guys are awesome. So for sure, stick around. But thank you. I'll be off now.
Oh, thank you. Have a good night.
Wow.
But yeah, guys.
What a wealth
Great
of knowledge,
stuff.
right?
Yes,
like,
he was awesome.
He was quick with those answers. Like he didn't even have to think about it at all. Like that's
so he lives and breathes 2XKO.
Wow.
Guys, I think he's gonna be the go-to guy. I honestly feel like Puffer is gonna be the go-to guy for 2XKO.
I agree with that. I think he is gonna be the go-to guy for.
For us, for sure. I could easily see us having him on again.
For everyone.
Or the other beta. Or the alpha's over. I could see it. Yeah, he's great.
But yeah. So let's move on to kind of a more, I guess you could say sad news that the SAG-AFTRA strike against video game companies are underway. So I've been hearing back and forth. So first I heard that GTA 6 is being affected, but now I'm hearing it's not. So I'm not really sure what news to go on. But give me a second. This is being reported by Deadline. So it says SAG-AFTRA called strike against major video game companies after nearly 2 years of contract talks. All right. This time the union is calling work stoppage against the major video game companies after nearly 2 years of trying to renegotiate its interactive media agreement. The decision to hit the picket line comes 10 months after the union initiates strike authorization votes. The strike goes into effect July 26th, which means it's already started. The 10 companies facing the strikes are Activision Productions Inc., Blind Light LLC. I don't know what Blind Light is. Can somebody tell me what Blind Light is known for? Disney Character Voice Inc., Electronic Arts, Epic Games Inc., Formosa Interactive, Insomniac Games, Take-Two Productions, VoiceWork Productions Inc., and WB Games. I mean, WB Games, let me not even say anything. But anyways,
they don't, I'm surprised they even use writers at this point.
But like Take-Two Interactive is a big one, which is why I thought that Grand Theft was gonna get affected by it, right? So yeah. I don't know. And Insomniac is working on a very big game, which is Wolverine. I don't know what to think of this, guys. What are your thoughts, Jerem? Let's start with you.
This is a big hit for the progress. It seems like we've come a long way recently, with balance in the industry and like Xbox coming to Game Pass and stuff. And this is a shame, really, that's gone to this point where people are working hard to give us the content that we're enjoying are not being either treated fairly, paid fairly. I think this is tragic. Ultimately, we want to see what comes out of this we want people to be paid fairly for what they're doing, what they're putting in. I'm all for that. So if there's any way that we can support them, let's do it. Like, don't buy the game, don't promote certain developers, hold off buying a game. I'll do it because ultimately, I've said it many times in this podcast, the shift to AI and different things like that has really taken that human element away, and I think that's what these people are maybe fighting against.
That's one of the biggest talking points of the strike.
They're trying to prevent their jobs are just being taken away insensibly, you know. And I don't want it to go any further than it already has. That's just call that a personal take. You know, that's my. Is that a political stance? Is that where that stands? I don't know, but that's where I stand.
So this is actually a quote from this very article. It says a spokesperson from the video game producers weighed in on the strikes news, saying, "We're disappointed the union has chosen to walk away when we're so close to a deal, and we remain prepared to resume negotiations. We have already found common ground on 24 out of the 25 proposals." So wait a minute. So they
So
had,
really close to being done then.
yeah,
That's a good thing.
including historic wage increases and additional safety provisions. Our offer is a direct response to SAG-AFTRA's concern and extended meaning of AI productions that include requirement, consent, and fair compensation to all performers workers under the IMA. These terms are among the strongest in the entertainment industry. So yeah, so they at 24 out of the 25 proposals.
So what
And
is the one thing that's hanging it up? Did you say?
it looks like it's the AI, including historic
Yep.
wage increases, additional safety provisions. Our offers is directly responsive to SAG-AFTRA's concern, extending meaningful AI productivity. Yeah, so it looks like it is the AI. I think that's
So
one of the
they
biggest
trying to like
things.
steal their voices and trying to use them without their consent? Because that's what, remember the writer's strike for movies and stuff. That's kind of what that's centered around.
Somebody got backlash for that a couple of years ago. What's his name? Troy Baker, because Troy Baker actually signed off on, giving people the go ahead to use his voice for like voice acting in certain games, like people who can't afford like a voice actor. And I think he got some backlash for that. But I don't know how far this goes. I need to do some more research on that and get back to you guys. But yeah,
Interesting.
this is
Yeah.
for me. I feel like it's a direct response to what is also happening in just the games industry in general. We've seen a wave of layoffs. I'm pretty sure we are way above over 10,000 layoffs
Last we
since the
checked,
year started. Last time we checked, it was a
11,000.
very yeah, right. And I think people need job security, bro. At the end of the day, like
Yep.
people have lives, they have families they need to take care of. So this is I can see why it's
One thing
such a big deal.
that Cash is
Mhm.
the people that work in these industries. They probably went to universities. They're in
Mhm.
debt now. You know
Exactly.
You know, and this is their livelihood, and they need to get paid. You know, they
The
don't have
fact that you the
Yeah.
fact that you can let them go or fire them without warning, with any kind of indication whatsoever, is just it leaves me dumbfounded, bro. Like I'm like, that is fucking heartless, bro. Not
Yes.
you, but
Heartless. Wake up, Heartless.
And I mean,
so it's go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I feel like you've seen the industry. I mean, I don't think that you could probably look at a single time in the entire history of games media, right? Of games being made, where I feel like the employees who are at these companies have been treated fairly. I mean, I remember a decade ago when I first started reading games journalism, when I first started reading articles, I remember seeing all this information about crunch and how many developers where crunch was just normal. Having someone work 70, 80 hours a week to meet time restrictions was normal, right? You have this.
Mhm.
You want a story real quick, Maury? On the
Yeah.
crunch. So SNK was making the original King of Fighters. Japan didn't have any laws about regular work schedules and that overtime and that kind of stuff back then. So they have been openly honest saying that the SNK employees used to crunch them so much that they would sleep in the office
Yeah.
for weeks, months at a time, never go home, work on a game, and rinse and repeat until labor laws came into effect.
See,
Crazy.
and
Crazy.
like it's stuff like that. And when you look at the origins of our industry, you know what I mean? It was a bunch of passionate people who were not making nearly enough money. So them crunching was them doing what they love so that they could get this industry off the ground. Those days are
Right.
long gone. Video
Mhm.
games are the most profitable media form that has ever existed. There is no reason why people should not be getting paid what they're worth. There's no reason for crunch. There's no reason for actors not feeling secure in their jobs. There's no reason for developers not feeling secure in their jobs. And so often it's because publishers, it's because big corporation guys make bad decisions, right? Like they did in COVID when they overhired. And then the people that get the boot for it are the developers. It's the
I
people
think
making these things that we love. It's
Not
just
never
wrong.
the big wigs.
I think
Never the
W-
big wigs.
Never.
I think WB is the perfect example here. Like, how many
Mhm.
times have we trashed on them for the decisions they're making because they seem senseless for this industry, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
these are the people making the decisions that are impacting the job and livelihood of the people that are creating the content we love. And that's bad. That's very sad in my
Which is
opinion.
why unions are necessary.
Yeah.
To some
Amen.
respect.
Amen. Amen. And yeah, I mean, in regards to whether or not GTA 6 is affected, I actually did some reading earlier this week. My
Mhm.
understanding was that all current projects aren't affected. I
Mhm.
don't know if that's still true. I do wonder, but I know
It's a
that this
year
game-
out, but it's a year out, which
Yeah.
is why I'm saying that.
Yeah, but I thought, doesn't that count as current though? Because they're working on it.
They're
Well,
working on
if
it.
it's still a year away, that means they're kind of putting the final touches on it at this point. Like most of the work, the big work, is probably already done, right?
Yeah,
So,
that's what I thought. And I mean, I don't know that for certain. That's what I read. I read that all current projects being worked on are unaffected. But regardless, I think this is great. I think that when you talk about that AI shit, it's terrifying. Too many companies right now are getting way too comfortable just using AI voiceovers, using
yeah,
voices
Solo,
from people.
if you read Solo's comment here, he kind of points it out about kind of people having their likeness stolen
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
yeah, stuff like that. Granted, it feels like we live in this area now where, if I'm an attractive looking guy and they want to put my model in the game, they just have them scan my face and then they just kick here's $1,000. You're like,
All right.
what? Like,
Yeah,
All right,
that's wrong.
let's turn to the chat real quick. I want to see because the chat actually had a few interesting things that it was saying. So one, N2 Alive said, speaking of GTA 6, Dev mentioned it won't be widely different from GTA 5. I mean, how
Yeah.
much different can the game be? Let's guys, just let's keep it a buck, bro. GTA 5 was a phenomenal game. It was
Oh,
groundbreaking.
they have no reason to
I don't
change it.
see how you're gonna really top that
Just-
game.
Just Pokemon that thing. They just keep making the same game
really-
graphically upgraded over and over again.
Like, I don't know what people are really expecting from GTA 6, but please don't have too much of like don't overhype the game too much. Like, I get it. The game probably will still be phenomenal, but don't expect like a Picasso painting or whatever. I don't know what to say. Don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the best thing you can ever do when it comes to like Grand Theft Auto. Just don't have that kind of expectation, and you should have a great time with the game.
I think that could be some of Concord's maybe struggles a little bit right now too. Is the expectations are high and it's just so far underwhelmed so far, at least in my opinion. So
Yeah,
it's
Reaper said something too. It says that's not surprising. 4 and 5 weren't massively different other than the settings. Yeah, I can
True.
see that too as well. He got the word most generic voice. Who has the world's most generic voice?
He was talking about
Baker.
Troy Baker, and I totally disagree.
No, Troy
Totally
Baker
disagree.
can act, bro. I've heard Troy Baker in different variations. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, I was
can
going to
act,
say because he did Joker. He's doing
Mhm.
indie right now. Like that guy's cracked. I love Troy Baker. I can't take the Troy Baker slander. I just
I'm
can't.
unfamiliar with the name. Like, what games has he voiced?
He's Joel in The Last of Us.
Oh,
Joel in
okay.
The Last of Us, Delson Rowe in Infamous Second Son, Joker in the Arkham games. No, not in the Arkham games. Where was he?
Arkham
Joker?
Origins. He's Joker in
Arkham
Arkham
Origins.
Origins.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he
he's
was,
Joker.
and he was also he wasn't Joker there, was he? No, but he was also Batman. He played Batman in the TMNT Batman game, Batman animated show, that movie that came out recently.
He's gonna
And
be
he was
indie.
he was also in the Telltale Batman. He was Batman in Telltale Batman games.
He
He's got
was.
a-
Holy
he's got a
shit.
good-
Yes.
He's got a pretty good body
yeah.
of work. That's awesome.
Yeah. No, he has a hell of a catalog, bro.
He
He's
is-
like,
He's the video game voice actor, not like a video game voice actor. He's the video game voice actor.
he's like Nolan North.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I
Yeah.
was about to say Nolan North's name. Like, he's
Mhm.
the voice actor of all voice actors.
Bro, he's Superman. Nolan North is Superman. He's Nathan Drake.
Troy Baker plays Nathan Drake's
Deadpool.
brother in Uncharted 4.
Yes, he did too as well. Because they have a very great report. Because they had a
And
podcast together, no?
I'll throw
I
one
think
more
so.
name
I
out
think
there.
so.
His name's David Hayter, right? The guy that does Snake.
Yep, that's David Hayter.
He
Yeah.
is probably the GOAT of voice actors, if you ask me.
That might be fair. That
Yes,
might be fair.
I think their show is called Retro Replay, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, Troy Baker's also in Death Stranding. He plays
Yes, he
Higgs.
is. He's the weird guitar guy. That's all I know.
Yeah, he's in everything. He's literally in everything. He's amazing. I love Troy Baker. Oh my god.
All right, back to what Solo says. So, you guys ever see the Meta Human Engine? Basically, you can scan an actor's. Yes, I saw this. I actually saw this. This is from Xbox, right?
Yeah.
I think the Meta Humans. It's from Xbox, if I'm not mistaken, or Unreal, or Unreal. I think it's Unreal.
What Solo's pointing out here was also part of the cornerstone of why the writer's strike happened last year. Is this, people having their likeness stolen and being used without their consent, really,
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. That shouldn't be happening at all.
No.
That shouldn't be happening at all.
It's inexcusable. So the more people that unionize in the games industry, the happier I am. I hope every single developer, every single actor unionizes. Yeah, man, these guys make the thing that we get to talk about, the things that bring me so much joy, that have made me a better person, that have made me grow, that have allowed me to make friends like you guys. It's like, yeah, protect those folks. Like,
so add on to that, the human element in competition and in gaming cannot ever be lost. And this also includes development. And coming from an esports guy, what elevates esports is not the AI engines or whatever that are running the game. No, it's the 1v1 person competition element of it that makes it what it is, and that cannot be lost. And that you need that human element in all areas of what it is you're doing. Granted, AI, super useful for like running code or whatever, for making sure the maps run well or whatever, optimizing that process. That totally makes sense. But there needs to be a human hand guiding these things.
All right, so I just got an excerpt from an article here. It says, if the game strike resembles last year's entertainment debacle, it could tie up already lengthy production and developmental times that could lead to further delays for everyone's most anticipated games, such as Take-Two's Grand Theft Auto 6, slated for next year, which analysts have already deemed could be 2025's biggest hit. The union confirms that GTA 6 is one of the affected games. Take-Two declined for comment. So yeah, it's gonna get affected. There's a chance that it will be affected.
Affected in what way? Like, are they going to delay the game? Are they going
No, remember I think these are voice actors that are going on strike because it's SAG-AFTRA. SAG-AFTRA is only for like performers.
So
how's their voice work not done? Their voice work.
Yeah.
Remember, sometimes they will call people back in to like redo lines or stuff like that, or additional lines.
So it sounds like
might be the case here.
Probably going to delay the DLC if there is any DLC for the game.
No, I don't think this. I can't see will the game launch with DLC? I don't historically has Grand Theft ever launched with the DLC. I mean,
I guess not.
But the game's is gonna be so massive at launch, like you won't need a DLC for like at least a couple of months.
Can I tell you guys a secret?
Yeah.
I have not played 1 minute of Grand Theft Auto 5. Not even once.
Wow.
Really? No.
Really?
Yeah, I have never owned a physical copy. I've never owned a download copy. It's never been on any device I've ever owned.
Wow. So me and the KXI team have been talking about going into Grand Theft Auto Online. We're talking about doing RP, and I'm looking forward to it.
It's chaos, bro.
I mean,
it depends on the server.
I understand the appeal, but that.
No, I want to try it out. I want to try it out.
Never gotten this clause in me ever. So
yeah, I want to try that out. Though.
Yeah, I think I played with San Andreas way back in the PlayStation 2. I think that's probably the last one.
All right. So this strike is on the performer side. Now we're gonna switch over to more of the production side, which has to do with dev teams. Blizzard employees are unionizing. So this is actually a big deal. Like we're seeing it more and more. This article is coming from The Verge, which they talk about just exactly what's happening. So, more than 200 developers at Bethesda Game Studios, the studio behind the hit franchise like Elder Scrolls Fallout, have unionized with the Communications Workers of America, CWA. 241 workers, including artists, engineers, programmers, designers, have signed union authorization cards and or indicated that they wanted to union representation via an online portal, according to CWA press release. Microsoft has recognized the union, the CWA says the company already recognized unions formed by Activision QA workers, which we touched about earlier this
Back
year on the
in
podcast.
the
ZeniMax Studios QA workers. CWA describes this as the first wall-to-wall union at Microsoft Video Game Studios. I think this is a big deal, guys. What do you think?
I think this is huge. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Maury. I think you're
Maury.
probably the most qualified to talk about this because you have union family and union.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're very big on union. So, what are your thoughts about this whole situation?
Yeah, I appreciate that, guys. Thank you. Yeah, no, I think my thoughts with the SAG after strike are the same with Blizzard.
Hmm.
What's interesting is that Microsoft, they've been very well. I'll say this: whenever somebody decides to create a union, right, that corporation can push back, but they can only push back for so long. Eventually, the union will come to be, no matter what they do. So it's
Hmm.
wise that Microsoft is not taking bad press by trying to push against it, because whenever unions are being formed like this in these kinds of companies and these kinds of work environments, they always go through. So it's wise that Microsoft is not pushing back against people. I think that what you're going to see though is that it's just going to end up being a bigger payroll, and these games are going to have to do that much better. I am a pro union guy, and at the same time, Diablo 4 has to continue killing. It has to continue selling cosmetics. It has to continue selling battle passes, because when unions go through, what it means is that that cost goes up, because now you have to have severance for employees that you plan on getting rid of, right? You have to provide quality health insurance. You have to do this, that, and the third. You have no more AI backdoors. You have no more replicating anybody. Everything has to be paid for, and at that, it has to be a decent wage. So the SAG after strike goes right into the Blizzard union. You know what I mean? The budget is getting a lot bigger. But regardless, I'm happy to see it. You're seeing this industry wide. It's not just here. And again, this is all because of bad decisions from guys in suits.
I have a story to add on to that. Is I was working for
Yeah.
Starbucks I worked
Mhm.
for Starbucks for almost 10 years,
Yeah.
and Starbucks viciously always fought against unions. Anytime union fought, the idea of union came up the whole time I worked there. Uh, Starbucks fired the staff, or they closed the store, or they moved the managers or whatever. And they immediately acted to try to like squander that situation. And yeah, I echo what you said about uh, Microsoft just rolling with it, and they're making the right decision. It's great. We're not, sometimes we're not so high on Microsoft in this show, but I think that's a win. That's a win by them.
It is
Yeah.
because they really can't take the bad press with how many studios they shut down. Like they don't have the luxury of being anti-studio right now, anti-game developer right now, so they have to let it go through.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing it industry wide. I think that like in a way, the overhiring during COVID is going to end up being a long-term good for the games industry, because this has caused game developers to unionize like never before. And these companies really don't get the luxury of pushing back, because we live in a digital age where we're going to hear about that shit and we're going to boycott them. And
Yeah, it's
so,
gonna spread like wildfire.
yeah.
That
So right
the
now,
PlayStation thing, the Helldiver PlayStation thing was probably the biggest way to prove the power of gamers, the power we have as consumers. Because
yes,
I did not expect that to go that direction.
Yeah.
I was so surprised, like, yeah,
True.
Yeah.
shows, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah, and who's to say that a casual gamer is going to be aware of all this? They won't be. The good news is that anybody that's in a position like we are, right? Anybody who does a show, anybody that talks about this stuff, we love developers and we're going to fight for them at every turn. So we're not going to review a game from a company that refuses to let their workers unionize and screws them over, doesn't give them severance, fires them without notice, right? That's the good thing, is that we do have a lot of power. I agree with Germ. And yeah, I mean, my same thoughts with the SAG after strikes. This is great news for the industry, and it will make games better. It will make employees of these companies safer, and I couldn't ask for anything more. So I'm happy.
Yeah.
Speaking of Xbox, FTC is pushing back against Xbox
Let's
Game
go.
Pass price. But
Well done, sexy man. God, I want you
Dude,
back.
I
Oh,
put it. We alley ooped that like in the
Yeah.
cash. Just,
oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So what are your thoughts about this? Again, personally, in my opinion, I don't see this as the price increase, I mean, as a big deal because especially if you're somebody who's actually going to play a lot of these games on Game Pass. I don't see it as a real issue. But what are your thoughts?
I
Go ahead,
have a
Bert.
point on this.
Mhm.
If with like the merger that went to the FTC,
Mhm.
I feel like there are some dark people trying to make this happen. It feels like the United States government is picking on Microsoft/Xbox. Doesn't it feel that way? I don't feel them attacking Nintendo. I don't see them attacking PlayStation.
I kind of saw that when Xbox tried to acquire Activision Blizzard. That they
I
really got to fight.
I think
That's why it took over a year.
I think Sony and I think there's Sony and maybe Nintendo lobbyists trying to make this happen. There's someone whispering in the United States government in that it works for Sony or works for Nintendo, whispering in their ears to bring litigation against. Because I didn't hear this come up when PlayStation increased their PS1 price by $20 a year. I didn't see it come up then.
Mhm.
Right? Correct me if I'm wrong, boy. Right?
I would
No.
love to hear somebody who's not only an anti-Xbox person, but somebody who has knowledge on the industry in that regard. I kind of feel like we have
Calling out
somebody.
Reaper right now? Are you calling out
Yes,
Reaper?
I am. I would love to hear what Reaper has. There he is. He's
Yeah.
right there. What are your thoughts, Reaper? If you want to hop in and just share your opinion about the situation. He
It
says
really
Microsoft
feels.
always has the government's eyes on it
It
since
really
the
feels.
Windows monopoly era. Yeah. So they're known for monopolizing. So whenever they make these kind of moves, I'm assuming it's just gonna always catch the attention
I'll
of
say
someone.
it feels like they're picking on Microsoft when there's opportunity to pick on Sony and Nintendo. There's
I'll be
Unless
honest. I'll
Go
be
ahead.
honest. I don't necessarily think it's that. Now,
Mhm.
I don't believe that Xbox should have gotten nearly as much pushback from the FTC that it did. But just a reminder for everybody, Activision Blizzard King was a $80 billion transaction. I mean,
Mhm.
that is the largest acquisition in history, not in games, not in movies, not in anything. It's in
Any
anything.
entertainment. Mhm.
In entertainment business, that is the largest acquisition ever. I think that if that's what it's being priced at, if that's the value of Activision Blizzard King, I think that's why the FTC was like, holy shit, if it's worth that much, do we really want to give it to one person? At the same time, I don't think Xbox did anything
I
wrong.
see your point, Maury, but I also have a counter.
Yeah,
And this is
yeah.
game related, but Disney bought up Star Wars and they bought up Marvel.
Marvel.
And
Those
get
are
ready for this.
three of the biggest just things on Earth, and I don't
Yeah.
recall this.
No, but when they acquired Marvel, Marvel wasn't at its peak yet.
But
Uh,
it's still a big, it still had you could say the same thing about Activision and Blizzard. Like granted they're still big, but they've slipped.
And
They're,
I'll
Oh
they're
no,
say
not
Reaper,
this.
it's not a
what
waiting
it
room.
used
Hold up.
to,
I'll send you the link, Reaper. I'll send you the link. It's
Their
not a
In
name
waiting room.
regards,
their name
in
doesn't mean
regards to Star Wars, I mean, Star Wars was a $4 billion acquisition. For context, Activision Blizzard King is equated to being 20 times more valuable than Star Wars.
well,
I
yes, monetarily, yes, but what I'm
Yeah.
talking about is like cultural impact. The
Sure.
cultural impact of the IP, you can't put a dollar amount on. Like
I
who
agree.
doesn't know Darth Vader? Who doesn't know Spider-Man? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you can't say that for Activision properties. Like the company's big, but it's not Spider-Man. It's not
I
Darth
think
Vader.
Call of Duty is like a household name as much as Spider-Man is.
But if you put those
Now, yes.
characters up
I
against
agree.
anything Disney or Marvel related, who would everyone recognize right away? They would recognize, anyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Reaper PC,
Yeah. So
surprise guest of the
let's
show.
go. Welcome in, Reaper.
What's
Reaper,
up,
what's
Reaper?
up?
We should just call this like the Reaper show. Like you just like every few
The
episodes,
Reaper segment.
Oh, it's
The
good.
Reaper
Reaper
segment.
segment. Let's make that a thing. Yeah.
We'll wait for Reaper.
Um,
But yeah, so I'll read this excerpt from. He's probably having connection issues. We'll wait until he hops in. Well, let's read this thing. It says FTC. This is coming from Game Informer. FTC pushes back against Xbox Game Pass price increase. All right. Last week, Xbox announced it was introducing new Game Pass tiers and raising its subscription price for existing members on September 12th. The Federal Trade Commission (FTC) took issue with these changes in a filing yesterday to the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit. In case you missed it, Microsoft revealed a new tier called the Xbox Game Pass Standard, $15 monthly subscription for new members that excludes day one releases, EA Play, PC Game Pass, and cloud gaming. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, which would include those perks, will have the monthly price raised to from $17 to $20. And again, I think that's not that bad in my opinion, but I want to hear what Reaper has to say.
Yeah, I don't think it's that bad.
All right.
I think it's on par with other services. Like what Disney
Mhm.
Plus is what, $13? It just feels like
14.
on par with that, yeah. Something like that.
Yeah.
All right, Reaper, what's up? Welcome in.
What's going on, y'all? I'm here for a good time, not a long time. So in regards to Microsoft, okay.
Mhm.
So remember, you have to remember this is the same company that has tripped over antitrust stuff again and again and again, not just in the United States, but let's focus on the United States.
All right.
There was the Windows monopoly.
Mhm.
They barely made it through that, but they had to sell some stuff. Then there was the browser monopoly. Folks forget Internet Explorer was the browser at one point. They had to decouple that from the OS for some years and allow competition. And they've mimicked this over and over and over again. So what's happened now is they just bought a publisher who within recent history had multiple acquisitions. And this is after they already bought Bethesda and a few others. Now you buy Activision. Activision, who at the time had one of the most successful battle royales on their belt and had record numbers.
You're referring to Warzone, right?
Yes, Warzone. So they were making hand over fist over money again and again and again, to the point that, remember, people were saying that part of the reason PlayStation had a dominance was because they had the Call of Duty exclusive contract to get stuff first. Microsoft buys someone who was publicly outed as being a decision-making factor for a console generation. Now, right after buying them and taking them off the market as a solely third-party player, you then up your prices. How does that look to people who've caught you with your hand in the cookie jar multiple times before?
So, in response to what you just said, Reaper, Disney has done that countless times. What was it when we bought Disney Plus? What was it, $6, $6.99, something like that? And now it's 14. The price has nearly doubled in a year.
Yeah, but now they have Hulu. They have Hulu and ESPN on there.
You could
That's
bring that same
the
energy.
bundle.
You could bring that same energy to Amazon. How many times has Amazon Prime gone up? You know,
so here's the difference, right? Disney has been hit with antitrust lawsuits. Amazon has been hit with legal litigation. They've all been hit with legal litigation every single time. Here's the difference between them and Microsoft. Microsoft has not only hit this multiple times, they've been hit by this globally. If you go and look, the reason they had to have stipulations for the Activision purchase in the first place wasn't even necessarily the US, it was the European Union. They've been tripping around the globe over antitrust over and over and over again. They're known for this. That's at this point, it's like you invite somebody over to your house who's been locked up.
Where there's smoke, there's fire, kind of.
Yeah, this is somebody who's been locked up 10 times for petty theft, and then after they come to your house, something's missing. Who you gonna look at first?
Yeah, so you're gonna look at the person that has the crumbs all over their face, be like, "Hey, it was you." You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that is the issue with Microsoft, and that's why sometimes you see them tread lightly with other things. Hence the union stuff. They don't want to get into that battle while they already are dealing with this.
Is it fair to say like a company like Disney would probably be like one more acquisition away from being in the same problem? That
They're already in problems. That's why you see them very careful. There's a reason why you don't see Disney with both Marvel and DC.
Yeah,
there's a reason you don't. you
a
don't
reason
see
why
them
Yeah, there's a
with
reason why
Star
they-
Trek and Star Wars. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a reason why they haven't bought Nintendo yet, because it probably would put them in that in that boat, you know.
Yeah.
Nintendo selling? I don't think so.
I'm saying Disney's got the money. What
It's
could they
what-
not
it-
afford? You know. Yeah.
I think Disney right now makes more money licensing their IPs to all video
Yeah.
game publishers than being a stakeholder of one company themselves.
That's why they don't sweat on their
Mm.
movie. Like, granted, movies bomb, but that's not their main revenue stream. They get revenue from everywhere, you know.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt them that much.
It's a rounding error for them.
Yeah.
But
It's
also,
a what?
it's a rounding error. It's like, oh, somebody didn't carry the one. We're fine.
Yeah.
Wow.
But also remember, Disney at one point, and still kind of is strong enough in the United States, only in the United States, mind you, to change litigation. You can look up Mickey Mouse laws and see how they affected copyright and trademark for over a generation.
Damn.
Yeah, copyright things like the Steamboat Willie Mickey Mouse,
Mm-hmm.
the way the original copyright law was, I think would have been public domain 50 years ago.
But
They lobbied and changed that. They had enough money in politicians' pockets to have influenced those laws going forward. That's why that's why stuff entering the public domain slowed to a trickle. It used to be constant. You can, I mean, this isn't a political podcast, but for those who want to look at how they took an unknown area of Florida, built it up, and now that a politician wants to make them an example for whatever reason, look at the influence they had over there politically. Disney in the
they
United
didn't pay
States,
taxes. They didn't pay taxes.
but they also uplifted an entire neighborhood by themselves and created an economy where there wasn't one.
You could
Mm.
say
Just by them threatening to move it,
yeah.
you
You-
saw support for this politician essentially vanish
Yeah,
overnight.
You could say the same for Southern California. Like, put Anaheim on the map. You know. Yeah, crazy.
So they have a lot of influence here. So there's a reason why Microsoft can get hit and Disney can't. Disney kind of benefits. They have this push and pull. They benefit one end of the economy and control it in another way. They kind of give and take. Microsoft was always seen as just a taker to the politicians, not to us, the general public, but to the politicians. They've always been seen as a taker. So when they get caught with the hand in the cookie jar, they're quick to swing in their direction.
Yeah, come down on them.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the Mickey Mouse laws here. This is Mickey Mouse is a public domain now, but the battle to prevent copyright terms extension is not over. What? So they're still even fighting right now as you speak about this.
Yeah, because remember, they're our Nintendo. They're the United States' Nintendo, right? They like to control their public image very carefully. There's a reason why you don't see Mario licensed on just everything. They like to control that. If you go and make a mod with just throw Mario's face in it, you're gonna have a Nintendo lawyer at your door.
There is
Even if you're not if you're not charging people.
There's a concept in marketing that we learned in school. Yeah, the more you loan out your IPs, the weaker it gets, because the more accessible it is, the more easier it is for people to
Dilution.
buy. It actually weakens it because you are not earning as much profit on the back end from it. So
Yeah,
you want
it's brand dilution.
yeah.
So they control those things very tightly. Those two companies.
I mean, it makes sense. It's your means of bringing in money. So it definitely makes sense.
Yep.
It says Xbox actually defended their price increase. So it
Of
says
course.
this is coming from the Gamer. Xbox defends Game Pass price increase after FTC criticism. Xbox has defended controversial change made to its Xbox Game Pass tiers, arguing that the service will now offer more value to customers. This is a response to the U.S. Federal Trade Commission, which recently criticized Xbox for the change being made to Game Pass. These changes include increasing the price of 2 subscription types and completely removing another, replacing it with a tier that doesn't include a day one releases. Yeah.
See, and I understand this criticism. So this is what I actually want to speak to. This is where I think the FTC is on the money. What I'm going to point out is that because Microsoft has promoted and branded Game Passes, play it day one on Game Pass for the last 6 years, and now there is a tier of Game Pass where that's not true. There are a lot of customers who are going to buy in on that standard tier, and it's not people like us who read all these articles. It's going to be like the mom who bought her kid an Xbox, and her kid wanted Game Pass, and now the mom is purchasing the standard tier, and her kid can't play Indiana Jones this fall when he gets the Xbox for Christmas. I think that is partially why they're upset. I'm not bothered by the price increases. I do think adding the standard tier without an insane amount of clarification is dangerous for consumers, uninformed consumers. Now, you could put part of that on the consumer to inform themselves, but I would also put part of it on the corporation for continuously telling people play it day one on Game Pass, and that is no longer true.
It feels very dishonest marketing, where it's kind of like when you go to a restaurant and you order a bunch of food and then they say, "Oh, you have to pay for a napkin." You know what I mean? It's like, that they get you. You know, they know you want it, they know you need it, and they're gonna get you. You know, it feels like that right now.
Yeah, so based on this article, this is what the article says. Again, coming from The Gamer. These changes were described by the FTC as product degradation. It also argues that the change goes against Xbox claims that its merge with Activision Blizzard would benefit consumers, especially since the standard tier will be locked out of accessing Call of Duty Black Ops 6 from day one. I don't know how to feel about this. I feel like they kind of have a case here.
I think so.
Kind of, sort of.
I
think they do because of that, the whole situation with the promise that they made.
I don't argue with the FTC's case. I still echo the idea just why they feel like they're always picking on Microsoft. I understand what Reaper's point was, but that standard should be across all companies. Like, they should be picking on Sony. They should be picking on Nintendo as well. I should be able to play Smash at Evo. But I can't because Nintendo's got to stick up their ass and they won't let people play their game. You know what I mean? It's like, they're
not. Is there actual Smash tournaments that are happening anymore?
Zero Smash at Evo, at least.
No, and I'm not even talking about Evo. I mean in general.
Smash tournaments still exist, but there's a lot of restrictions on them where you can only have a certain big prize pool. You can only have so many people attend, so many people online. You can only stream it in certain ways, blah 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 blah. There's a lot of restrictions. You can't use mods, you can't do this, you can't, you can't use any emulators. There's just a lot of rules. So
I'm not even gonna repeat what Project just said in the chat.
I read it.
And apparently one of the qualifications apparently one of the qualifications is you don't use a bar soap. They have I don't know.
I never got to ask Jerem and Heartless, who were at Evo, about this. I don't know if they saw this go around, but I meant to ask this at the Evo section, and I totally forgot. I saw a picture go around on Twitter of one of
chair.
Oh my!
Is that where you're going with this?
Oh yeah.
Of who? What? Am I missing something?
Okay, so I personally did not see this. I don't think Heartless did either, but there's this photo circling around on Twitter. Okay, little context first. So over 12,000 people attended Evo today, this year. The arena that they hosted all the final events, all the top 6, probably held, correct me if I'm wrong, Heartless, probably about 3,000 to 4,000 at best, maybe ish. It was overall a pretty small arena. And they tried to jam pack everyone in the arena, and that whole arena had 3 bathrooms for that many people. 1 female, 1 male, 1 gender neutral bathroom for all those people. So the line to all those bathrooms was constant. There was always probably 150 people in that line at any given moment. So a lot of people just said, fuck it. They're just kind of like, and a lot of people thugged it out. I was one of those people and just, had control over themselves. But yeah, apparently there's a photo of
shout out to Puffer in the chat. Puffer said he made a whole video about it.
There's a photo of a puddle of like this piss on a chair that's literally probably like
it's vile.
It looks like someone poured a Coke on that chair. Like it's that
insane.
Big.
What?
Yeah, no joke. I don't
It
know
was
if you'd
the
be allowed to show that here. You get demonetized or whatever. But yeah, that's legit.
so
And,
because Pupper is saying it's Red Bull, we're just gonna argue that it's Red Bull.
Project knows. Yeah, Project knows. See, that's legit. That's a real photo from the Evo floor. So to add
That
even
is
more
vile.
context,
Mhm.
the arena, as I said, probably held 3,000 to 4,000. There
Huh.
were still a lot of empty seats because a lot of people needed to use the restroom, so they left the arena and they were not let back in. So there was a lot of empty seats all over. So you had like your probably 2,500 people actually watching it, and then a mob of 10,000 all out in the convention center trying to get in, but they weren't allowed in. It was
Reaper is asking,
At
wasn't
some
that
point, they
against
had
our
to
code?
recognize there was no chance.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
And what's funny too is so it went Grand Blue, it went Guilty Gear, it went Tekken, and then it went Street Fighter. That's the order. So after Tekken finished, the main guy that came up and organized the event, he came up and he said, "Hey, any Tekken fans, if you're not a Street Fighter fan, can you give your seat to the Street Fighter Street Fighter fans?" And all the fans were like, "What? Get the fuck off the stage!" It was like,
At the end of Evo, he looked stressed, bro. I saw it. I could see it in his face. He looked stressed.
So yes, the piss chair was real. I personally didn't, overall the event was great. It smelled good in the arena, at least where I was sitting. I don't know if the
Good.
hardwoods feel different, but
I'm saying at an event like that, why is that such a small number of bathrooms? Like, I
That's
don't even
insane.
blame them. I don't even blame them at that point. Why does that venue hold up. Why does a venue that housed that many people
Yes.
not
you're
have
right.
the bathroom?
I'm sorry, but Cash,
so
I am
here's
not
Reaper's
endorsing people pissing in their chairs at
To
Evo. I
address
can't.
Reaper's
I'm not endorsing that. What I'm saying is, how does that building is not equipped to have that many bathrooms for people?
You're right. You're
Well,
right. But yeah, I get it.
Gosh, like, it was in a convention center, so they
Yeah.
had one side of the convention center all walled off, and they had a bunch of like bleacher seats and like a bunch of chairs, and that probably reached like the 3, 4.
So what are they going to do next year? Because that
Yeah.
can't happen again.
Well, I think they announced
No.
that it's going to be at a bigger arena next year. I think this was like a one-off.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Was that the same? They had the same venue last year?
No, it's always usually been at the Mandalay Bay at the which is a much bigger, which is an actual like basketball style arena.
Okay.
That's where it traditionally was been, but this time it was there. So I think that's going to change next year because most likely, we're going to get 2XKO next year, and odds are it'll be legal at Evo. And as I said earlier, add another 8,000 people that are going to compete easily, probably probably add another 5,000-6,000 people just for that game, and you could easily double that number because it's a tag game, So
the fact that you didn't allow people back though was kind of dumb. Like, you
so what
should've,
happened with that is a lot of people got out of line because they were so desperate to use the restroom or whatever. There was already a mob of like 10,000 people outside of the arena. So you're not going to cut in front of 10,000 people, right? So you had to go all the way back to the end of the line, and you never got back in.
That's insane. That's so wrong. That's so wrong.
Why not? Like, why did you guys have like armbands?
I didn't leave my seat.
That?
I was glued to my butt, was glued to the chair. I never.
But did you guys have armbands? Wasn't that like a thing?
It was
the
ticket you bought for the event was a 3-day ticket, and it was a first come first serve into the final event. Luckily, myself, Heartless, and Tinky and Project, we thought ahead, and we got there when Strive was going, and we were able to get there early enough to get some decent seats. So we were good, and we sat there. My butt did not move from that chair for over 8 hours. I was locked in, and
that's wrong. That's wrong to make anyone wait 8 hours without a restroom. I've actually totally changed my opinion on the piss chair. Like, that's nuts. That's wrong.
Granted,
that's wrong.
The fault is
I'm
not
doing it
solely on that attendee. It's on Evo itself.
I agree. No, that's foul. That's foul.
That being said, like, come on. What the fuck?
Yeah, Reaper, that definitely was disorganized.
There's a lot of Eva gave us a complimentary water bottle. You could have used that at least.
Yeah. But then it's like, do you get charged because you pulled your ding dong out at the event? Like, maybe it is better to just soil yourself in the chair. That way you don't get a charge. I mean,
but I just wonder at some
So you're
point.
telling me people sat in the chair and pissed on themselves?
Yeah, that's my question. Is that chair, if they sit in their own for 8 hours or whatever, I hope not. That's disgusting.
Can you imagine just sitting there at hour 3 and pissing yourself in the chair and having to finish the shift 5 hours sitting in your own piss?
Lucky Gadget Girl says, "What's ding dong?"
I'm sorry, get Lucky Gadget Girl. I'm not trying to wow out on the pod. I'm not gonna say.
But that is the one blemish on the event. Overall, Evo killed it. Overall, the whole event,
That's awesome.
killed it. It was one of the best things I've ever attended in my life.
Offer said he can't wait to be on the Evo stage for 2XKO. I'm looking forward to seeing 2XKO on the Evo stage. To be honest, I want to see that high level gameplay.
It's gonna be there.
But yeah,
I'll post
how
it
did
some-
we even get to this Evo conversation? I don't even know.
Who
I'm
started
sorry.
this?
It was
it
me.
you?
It was
It was
me.
you.
I had to
It
ask.
was
I
you.
meant to ask way earlier, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'll do it now." I'm sorry. Fuck it, we'll do it live. My bad.
It's good for
all right.
content, I guess.
Cash.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff they should be paying for on the Patreons. You know,
Right?
That's the kind of
Yeah.
content that should be free.
Right.
You know. But,
You guys want to talk about the Helldivers 2 updates? I haven't played Helldivers 2 since I got the last update, and my Helldivers 2 unfortunately
played
doesn't work again on my PC
I
for
don't
some reason.
know this update. But
So
we were doubting the game last week or maybe the week before
Mhm.
about if the player has dropped and stuff. Like
Mhm.
with the content they're putting out, what a great response, in my opinion. What a great response to the doubters. I feel like they kind of silenced the doubters a little bit. So it's a really big wealth of content. I'm impressed. Like,
Yeah.
way to silence the doubters. Like, shout
still
out to
has a high player count. Like it peaked at 36,000 in the last 24 hours, and it's
That's
at
insane.
23 right now. So 23,000, bro.
I think it was an overreaction. People saying it lost 90% of its player base. So what?
I
That's
think
still
that's
a really
natural
large-
for
That's
any
every
game.
game. That's every
It's natural
game.
for every game.
It's still a really large number overall, at
Mhm.
least for this game.
What's the I want to know what's the most played game on Steam?
It's Overwatch, probably.
No,
No
I
way.
don't think so.
That's
Probably.
CS:GO.
Something. Wait, most played
Probably
game
gonna
on
be
Steam.
something dumb like some farm simulator or something stupid like
Steam
that.
charge. Let's check out the Steam
Yeah.
charge. It looks like it is Counter-Strike. It is.
Counter-Strike.
Wow, look at me. I'm him. I'm Himmy Neutron. Timothy Chalamet. That's
So-
pretty impressive.
Most played is that, and the second most played game is Banana. I don't know what that is.
Oh. Moving on.
What is Banana, bro? Chat. What is Banana? And 3 is Dota. So
Let's see.
Dota.
That's unbelievable.
PUBG is 4, which is crazy. I didn't even know PUBG still had that.
Those three
That's such a
games,
strong ass
PUBG,
fan base.
Dota, and CS:GO, they will.
Once Human is number 5.
That's what's up.
Wow. That's
But-
Once
very
Human is
impressive.
number 5 at 118,000 players.
But something also to note here is for this new update, they
Mm-hmm.
added like a higher difficulty setting to get people to try the base game again, I guess, which I think is pretty cool. I'm just impressed by this developer. It seems like they're always surprising us with like we start doubting them, and then they release Joel, and then you know what I mean.
Wait. Whoa.
I remember that.
Stop. Banana is a clicker game in which you click a banana. In a banana, you click the banana to gain even more bananas. Every 3. You get dropped a banana. Each banana is also
We're
made
cooked.
by the community in
cooked.
Discord.
We're cooked.
Come hang out with us and let's grow into something awesome.
Cash, we should have took a shot every time you said the word banana.
Bro.
Yes.
But
Run it back.
listen, this
we
is the
make-
description.
can
I'm
we
reading
make
the
that-
description right now.
No, Cash, can you make that like a soundbite or like a routine? Like play banana and take a shot every time Cash says banana.
This is
man.
No, that's nuts. And we're
That's-
cooked if
that
that
is-
game
that-
is number 2.
That's bananas, like seriously.
developed by
bananas.
Pony, Guy, and O'Brien. Oh, I don't know who those are, but hey,
There's got to
shout
be
out
like
y'all.
there's got to be like hentai in it or something. Like how in the world is that like a thing? I don't know.
If anyone out there is playing banana, let us know. And
Please let me know.
We're
Please
gonna
let
have
me
you
know.
on the show, like Puffer was on the show, and you can tell us. You can
Break it down. You can tell us the frame data, everything about Banana.
You can educate us on Banana.
What
Wow.
in the world, bro?
Wow. This show has fallen off the rails. Like, wow. Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
also, so Capcom wants to make a new VC series. So I actually watched the interview with the creator of Marvel vs. Capcom, and they did say that from what my takeaway is that based on the response of the collection, the Marvel vs. Capcom collection, if they get like an overwhelming like response from the community, chances are that will open the door for another installment in the franchise. So I'm extending this to the fans of Marvel vs. Capcom. When that game comes out, please buy it.
Let's put a number on the Marvel collection. How many copies do we think it's gonna sell? I'm gonna say 8 million. I think it's gonna sell 8 million copies. That's my number.
Buffer said, "Nah, banana frame data is wild."
8 million copies. That's my number. I think it's
8 million copies?
Yeah, that's my number. I think it's gonna sell at least that.
I hope so, guys. If you own multiple consoles, buy it on multiple consoles. We need to get that. Buy it physical. I need to see another Marvel vs. Capcom game, bro.
Buy it physical edition. We don't need them locking Marvel away from us again for another 20 years. Buy a physical edition.
Solo said in the chat, Banana is lit. So Solo, you play Banana, bro? I'm trying to understand this game, bro. I need details.
This is insane. We have a real Banana player in the chat. This is unfathomable.
With a name like Puffer McSparkleface, I should not be surprised that you look like a Banana player.
No, that's not Puffer. It's not Puffer. It's Solo. Solo plays Banana.
Oh, is that a horror game? It must be a horror game.
It's not a horror game. The horror game for my eyes, maybe. Asmongold played Banana a month ago.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
How a free banana broke the Steam market. This is an actual thing. I'm losing it right now.
Wow. Hey, get it for 50% off.
This reminds me of
Yeah. Wow.
What in
The slander is crazy. Pupper said, "Wow," saying I'm a Banana player. The slander is crazy. Wow. Yeah, not a highly reviewed product, I'm sure.
Puffer, you are now a guest of the show. This is how we talk to each other on this show. You are now.
It really is.
You're now part of the club. You're now part of the crew. Yeah.
No, I'm trying to understand what this game is, bro. Because this banana game. I need to show this
You
to the
better
stream,
be careful.
bro.
You better be careful. Don't type that into Google. Don't type that into Google.
No, it's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. I think it's safe.
Okay.
I think it's safe.
Better be
It's on
careful.
YouTube.
Yeah, you don't know. Be sure your safe search is on.
Bro, what in the world? Oh, so this is a video of somebody playing the game. Here we go. Even Mudahar chimed in on this thing, bro, a month ago. This is insane. Maybe I need to make a game like this.
Hey, Maury, make your channel around this game.
No shot in hell. No shot in hell. I'd rather go down with Concord than Banana. I
need
can't
to.
do it.
I really need to know what this banana game is. We need to do some research. But anyways, yeah, like I said, that was pretty much it for
I
today,
have a
bro. The
question.
banana game.
Before we
This
close
podcast
out
off the rails.
Before we close out Marvel, I have a question.
Mhm.
What's some roster hopeful? Obviously, we want X-Men back, but what are some
for a
characters-
future Marvel game? Marvel, the X-Men are definitely coming back because Marvel owned the rights to the characters again. I think I'd like to see a return of Cyclops. I would love to see Rogue, Psylocke, fucking Gambit,
Oh, Gambit would fuck.
Omega Red.
If I had to guess, Scarlet Witch and Loki, because they seems like
They'd be
they're-
yeah, because they're now in like the, the zeitgeist of like 'cause they're now like they're now like mainstream characters, if you
Yeah,
will. So
they
I
are-
can see them. I can see them in there.
obviously Black Panther. You can't really do anything Marvel these days.
Star Lord, you probably get Star Lord as well.
Yeah,
Sure.
Black Panther is now he's as popular as any Marvel.
Gamora. I would love to see Gamora because Gamora was in Infinite. And also, I don't know, Groot possibly.
I think it'd be cool to see something we haven't seen before, like Doctor Octopus or Green Goblin, or something like that. I think it'd be cool.
Definitely. Reaper said Gambit in the style of the animated series would hit hard. Facts. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Feed me.
Exactly what I'm talking about.
I think
Exactly what I'm talking about.
that would
And
be cool.
on the Capcom side, I'd like to see Dan come back.
Dan, okay, let's go. Let's go.
Anybody who's a Street Fighter fan knows exactly what the hell I'm saying. Miles
Oh.
Morales, Gwen. So Puffer is saying he'd like to see Miles Morales, Spider Gwen,
Oh,
Penny
feed
Parker, that type of thing. That would be fire. That would be fire.
Feed me.
And a
Feed
Marvel
me.
vs.
I'm a
Capcom,
hungry
that'd be
hippo.
nuts.
I think
Yeah.
I kind of
That'd be
think
nuts.
Black Widow's kind of a must. I think at this point.
hmm
She would
Black
play-
Widow,
probably play Bill.
Black Panther would definitely make a return.
Yeah.
Reaper said Dan. Yes, Dan.
I would like to see it go back to the Marvel 2 kind of vibe where there's just some zany off the wall, like you only
Cable.
know.
I'd also like to see Cable back. Please bring Cable back.
You think they
For the
put
love of
Blade in
God.
there?
They've never put Blade in any of them. So
Yeah.
please put Blade. Blade would be a very interesting choice.
I'm
Very
him. I'm
interesting
him.
choice.
They're making an actual Blade game, so it would totally make sense.
That would
There's
make
a
sense.
Blade game. Yeah, there's a Blade game on the way.
I'm so bricked. I love Arcane. I can't wait to see what they do with that property. Jeez.
I hope they don't. I hope they don't screw it up. Please.
I don't think they
please,
can.
Arcade, please.
I would like to actually see some Final
Please
Fantasy.
do not Redfall Blade.
Well,
Fantastic
So this is a
Four.
different part of Arcane. They have two separate
I know.
studios.
That studio's
Yeah.
closed now.
Yeah,
Arcane
yeah.
Austin got closed.
Yeah, we're focusing
Yeah.
all our attention on it. Let's throw some love for Capcom.
Lady Demetrescu. Yo,
Yeah.
listen, if she shows up in Marvel vs. Capcom, that'd be over, bro.
That'd be
Yeah.
so. That'd be
Put
so.
some love. What's something that Capcom's come out recently that they haven't really? Monster Hunter, a lot of Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter would probably be like a shoe in. It'd be great to kind of see maybe some more of a Capcom Mega Man representation. Phoenix Wright is always cool.
There's a new Ace Attorney. It's
Yeah.
not
What's
Phoenix
the-
Wright though.
Cash, what was the goofy ass game that was at the Capcom Direct ordeal? What was that game called?
Kinitsugami. Path
I
of the.
think probably
It's
Luke.
already out.
I think Luke would
It's on
probably.
Game Pass.
It
Yeah.
seems like Luke is the face of Street Fighter now, so Luke would probably be in there for sure.
Yeah, I'd like to see Luke in there. I think Luke would make a great addition to Marvel vs. Capcom as well.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think of other like Capcom
Trying to
titles.
think of something they've put out since releasing since Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I don't think there's anything new per se. So
Somebody from Dragon's Dogma, I guess. You can
Yeah,
take somebody from that. That'd be dope.
that's gonna create your own game. So I'd be curious to see what character they bring in. But
Mm,
I'm here for it.
mm. I'd love for them to bring back Yusenko.
It would be cool to see them call back to some of like the fighting game franchises that they've kind of forgotten over the years, like Jin, like Cyberbots, or Power Stone, or Rival Schools. Those kinds of games. It
I'm
would be
glad
kinda
you brought
cool
that up.
to
I'm
come
glad you
back.
brought that up. We need to see some of those because in that interview, he also touched on like Capcom trying to figure out how to bring back some of those original like fighting games, not just Street Fighter and Marvel vs. Capcom. And if they bring back something like Rival Schools or Darkstalkers in the form of like within the Street Fighter engine, like the Street Fighter framework, that'd be nuts. That'd be nuts.
Evo every year now has the retro game. This last year it was Third
No,
Strike.
no, no. But I mean a modernized version.
Yeah, what I'm saying is all it would take is one of those old retro games to hit the Evo main stage to bring it back in the public eye again, and Rival Schools. I don't think they'll do 3 Capcom games in a row. I don't think Evo would do that. I think the next one would be what'll probably most likely be Soul Calibur 2 or Virtua Fighter 5. It'll be one of those two probably. I'm willing to bet. But we'll see.
Quick side note as well. Xbox is working with Capcom to figure out how to get MT framework games on the platform, which is amazing. I'm glad they're working on that because the fans really want these Marvel vs. Capcom games to be on the platform. So please, you can
I'm
do
sure
it.
you buy
I
a
believe in you.
physical version because you don't want them to take this away for another 20 years and lock it again.
Right.
Don't let them lock it away from us again. Buy physical for games like this.
All right. Monster Hunter would be cool. Yeah, Project, I agree. They definitely have to have the DMC cast. Yeah, I can see that Reaper as well. I
Yeah,
could definitely see that.
Devil May Cry is a staple of Marvel Capcom at this point. He's so prevalent in Marvel 3. They're a staple. Virgil and Dante, they're every team. So it's like, yeah, they're mainstays at this point.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, let's move on to the rapid fire. When's Marvel? We don't know yet. There's no official release date for the collection. Not Virgil. Fuck Virgil.
Yeah, I was hoping to be able to buy it at Evo.
Hollow said so. Hollow, you came in a little late on that. And what are your thoughts? Who would you like to see in the new Marvel versus Capcom game if they were to announce one?
Show us 3.
Hollow. Hollow is probably one of the perfect people. He's a fighting game historian, so a fighting game extraordinaire.
I personally would like to see more Mega Man representation. I think it would be super.
Mega Man be dope. If they brought Mega Man back, to what capacity do you think they would bring
I
Mega
would
Man
want
back? Not in
it
Marvel,
to
not in
be-
Marvel versus Capcom.
I
I
would
mean,
want it
just
to
in
be-
general.
Legends, not Legends. X. I don't want it to be X. Mega Man X. I would want it specifically to be that version or no other version. That's the one I want because classic Mega Man's already in Smash, so I would want Mega Man X.
No, but I'm talking about just like bringing back the franchise of Mega Man. To what capacity would they bring it back?
No, there's
Should they
actually
bring
an
it back?
article.
Yeah.
There's an article I found that I didn't put in these notes. I was saving it for next week. I'll throw it in next week. They actually Capcom actually commented on that. There's an article. I'll put it in next week's episode.
Okay, so Hollow said he wants Cyclops, Blackheart, Juggernaut, Cable, Gambit. A lot of what I mentioned. Saito, Hayato, Ari2, Jill, and Amingo. I don't know who that is. Amingo, I don't know who that is. But that all the others that I actually know sound dope.
I love
look
Bellows
forward to
Take
it.
so much. I
Bello
love
said he
Bellows
wants
Take.
Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler would be a dope character, bro, for Marvel
God.
vs. Capcom.
Does anybody
Makes sense.
remember how dope that Nightcrawler opening scene was in X-Men 2? One of the
Yes.
greatest movie scenes. Of
Yeah,
all
still
time.
to this day.
Oh,
To this
so
day.
good.
To this day.
It really holds
To this
up.
day.
Yeah, it really holds up to today's standards. It's so good.
It's so good.
Yeah, they definitely did project. They did a release from thing. Yeah. Oh, is the Mexican cactus. All right, gotcha.
His name is Mingo. That's cool.
Amingo. Okay.
He was supposed to have his own original game, but Capcom never gave him one. Maybe it was
Oh, really?
title or something. Yeah. Also, the pirate, Ruby Lockhart, and the cactus and Sun, like that monkey. Those 3 characters were originally created for that game. That I guess they were supposed to get their own games down the road, but Capcom never went through with it. So
I guess it was based on response. But Germ, rapid fire. What's going on?
all right. So we already went over this top one. I'm not even going to read it, but
Yeah.
So Apex has going back on its controversial decision to change its battle passes. They have publicly announced that they are going back on that decision. It's going to go back to the way it's always is, the way it's currently been, due to high public backlash. We have some sad news coming out of Humble Games. Apparently, it's being shut down.
That's the development studio, though.
Not like the.
It's not the store. It's not the store. So the development studio is owned by IGN, and they're closing down that section of Humble Games. So it's not the Humble Game Store, guys. Humble Game Store is gonna stay open. That section of Humble is not owned by IGN whatsoever.
No, okay. Shout out to that. And then here's some exciting news coming out of Capcom. Capcom has made a statement saying they're committed to physical game sales, even though 90% of their game sales come digitally. They're still committed to releasing physical games, which is great news for me as a champion of physical games. And then exciting news out of the Rivals of Ethers 2, they have announced that the DLC characters are going to be free with every season. The only thing that's going to be paid is cosmetics and other things like that.
Marvel
Well,
Rivals.
Rivals of Ether.
Rivals of Ether. Okay.
The
I gotta get
DLC
Marvel Rivals.
characters are going to be free, which is cool. That's definitely against the norm in today's industry. Um, I'll skip the next one. I'll come back around to it. But then, interesting news out of the game industry. A report recently came out that the market share for video games has passed 330 billion. Is expected to surpass 330 billion in 2028. With mobile games expected to be 75% of that total profits. So this brings a lot to perspective, right? About why game developers and companies are making the decisions they're making, where if 75% of their profits are coming from just mobile games.
Right.
Wow,
Which
right.
now I understand why Xbox went for Activision Blizzard, because they wanted Candy Crush. I can't believe people are still playing Candy Crush. This is insane.
Crazy, right? And then the last bit of somber news, an influential artist from GoldenEye, behind GoldenEye and Perfect Dark, Brett James, has passed away. So his artwork was directly contributed to the artwork style of GoldenEye and Perfect Dark back in Nintendo 64 days. And he passed away at the age of... what age? It doesn't say here. It doesn't say, but yeah, unfortunately, he has passed. So that's very sad. I didn't even know, shout out to this guy. No one really knew he existed until today, probably.
Right.
His impact, the impact of his work has felt industry wide. So shout out to
I think you definitely need to give artists more recognition, especially when it comes to the things that we enjoy, bro. I feel like a lot of these artists, a lot of these creatives don't get enough credit, and you only hear about them after they passed away.
Especially to a foundational game like GoldenEye and Perfect Dark.
Perfect Dark, yeah.
Perfect Dark's in the news right now, because it's coming back. But who would expect that? Remember our reaction at that showcase? I don't think any of us were expecting Perfect Dark. Probably many of us.
I gave up on Perfect Dark, to be honest with you. I didn't think it was gonna come out.
I think many of us forgot that game even existed.
Right.
That moment, and now we're hyped. Shout out to that guy. Like, well, what a legend.
It's a shame the artists don't get recognition until they're long gone. I agree. Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And it happens a lot in comic books too, unfortunately, especially when those comics get adapted to like movies. Like, it's almost as if people tend to forget that these things had a life of its own before it went to like mainstream or went to TV and movies and all that stuff. And the artists rarely get recognition. It's usually the actor who plays that character that gets the hype, which again, I'm not saying they shouldn't, but like, remember where it originated from. It came from somebody else.
Here's also a fun thing about this gentleman is he was a keen fundraiser, regularly raising money for charities such as Teen Cancer Trust and others. So he was an advocate for those things. He does have a crowdfunding campaign exhibited at the Atkins Gallery in Hunkley, Lincolnshire, UK. So in case you want to donate to his cause.
Okay, that's cool.
That is cool.
Anything else?
Yeah, that's it. I didn't find any rumors this week, so there isn't any rumors. So.
There's not much rumors. I tried to find stuff as well. There wasn't really anything like solid.
Yeah, nothing that we didn't kind of already know or something we hadn't already covered. We never really touched on MK news to drop the other day. I don't know if we want to talk about that or save it to next week, but
what specifically? I feel like we talked about it.
Season 2 announcement.
We could lightly touch on that. Ghostface, Conan the Barbarian. Who else was there? Liquid Terminator. That's what's that Liquid Terminator called?
T1000. Yeah, the
T1000, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
so pretty much all the leaks that we confirmed in previous episodes are now confirmed because it was officially released at Comic-Con. But that's not really the big news, if you ask me. We kind of expected that, but what I think is interesting is Evo was literally the weekend before, and they did not make any announcements about anything at Evo. So it just shows to me where their head is at and who the customers are trying to reach. They don't care about the competitive scene at all.
Yes, noob. There's also noob.
And they're trying to basically just capture that quick buck from the casual audience. Granted, this has always been MK's thing, but they showed their hand more obvious than ever before, you know. And I'm kind of, I have to say, I'm very disappointed. I'm very disappointed.
Solo said Cyrex and Sector are baddies now.
Yeah, there's been a lot of flack around that.
I'm done, guys. I am done. Listen, wait a minute. I plugged my headphones out. Give me a minute. I'm back. But yeah.
But, you know, excited for the MK community that they're finally getting something to be excited about. But, you know, for the
they also really announced their, I guess you could call their version, MK1's version of Aftermath.
Yeah.
Which is an additional story section of the game. I haven't played Mortal Kombat 1 yet, but I'm gonna get it because I do want to play the story.
Yeah.
I do want to play the story. So
I'm very curious about Cyrex's and Sector's moveset now, because for those in the know, Solo already knows. MK, like Sector and Cyrex, they had those blades and bombs and stuff that would come out of their bodies. Like, how do you replicate that when a person wearing a suit, a human actually wearing a suit?
They're wearing a suit, or are they cyborgs? Are they still cyborgs?
They're wearing like some kind of cyborg, some kind of like Iron Man kind of suit. They're wearing something like that now. And
I don't know how that come out of their body, bro.
So like Sector, for example, he's got that big blade that comes out of his chest, right? And
don't think about it, Jeremy. It's nanotech. It's nanotechnology. Okay. Don't think about it too much. Don't break your brain.
About it too much, I guess. But yeah.
Yes. It just, you know.
Surprising.
Mortal Kombat was never really steeped in realism anyways. So.
What a misstep again. Okay, so now they have to pay an actor to act as Sector and Cyrex when they could have easily just made them cyborgs and saved a buck. But hey, you know, a weird decision. But hey, I'm not gonna hate on him too much, you know.
All right, so is that it? That's pretty much it for tonight, right?
That's yeah.
A question that we asked you guys a question like last week about your thoughts on, I think, what you thought about the price increase, right? Am I right about that, Jerem?
I was not here last week, so I don't know.
No, it wasn't last week. It was. Oh yeah, it was last week. So I asked, what is your game of the year predictions? I think that's what we asked.
Yeah. I think we missed a grave opportunity. We should have put Suicide Squad killed the industry as one of the options. But hey,
Suicide Squad killed the industry is fire.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad killed the industry is fire. I love that.
That would have gotten all the votes for sure.
Right. So this is what we have this week, which we had 14 people show up and answer, which is fire.
Shout out to that. That's awesome. Thank you for the engagement. It really helps. It really goes a long way.
Oh yes, it definitely does. So here it is.
So what are we feeling about the question this week? Oh, go ahead, guys. Sorry.
What is your game of the year prediction? So we got Helldivers 2 at 7%.
Is that Final Fantasy in the lead? Let's go.
Final Fantasy is in the lead. And Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth is sitting at 0. Nobody voted for it.
How in the world did Helldivers 2 do that abysmally? Did y'all play Helldivers 2? What are you smoking, brother? What's going on? I mean, what the hell?
Look at all the votes for Dragon's Dogma. Like,
yeah, I didn't expect that from Dragon's Dogma, to be honest. Like, so it's a bit.
Yeah. Curious about who's engaging with the YouTube. Is it people from this chat, or is it?
That's what I want to know, because we had 5 likes as well, and why this was only promoted here, so.
I think that's
and
cool.
And I also the YouTube channel as well, because we'll have random people pop in as viewers on YouTube. So because we're currently live on YouTube as well.
I've seen some fuck shit in the chat, and I have to call it out. I know Lord Hades isn't shitting on Helldivers 2 while asking where Destiny 2 the final shape is on that list. Lord Hades, I'm gonna need you to do a real reevaluation tonight. I want you to look in that mirror, and I want you to ask yourself how you got here, how you're in this position in life where you would defend Destiny the final shape and shit on Helldivers 2. Brother, I am wishing you a speedy death. God bless you. Oh my God. Oh man, there's just no way. There's no way we're gonna let that Helldivers just slander.
Is this how you roll more? You insult all the guests we have on the show?
This is how we
Listen,
do it.
it literally
Yeah.
doesn't run on
Yeah.
PC.
Hey, wow.
Yeah,
Yo, listen,
no.
listen, I kind of have to agree with Hades here because since I got the fucking update, I have yet to play. Bro, I haven't played Helldivers in months, and that's because I can't play the game. And it's not
Really?
like my PC is bad. I can play every single other game, every game
Shout out to
except
Fred.
Helldivers.
I have to say this. Hades is fucking awesome. A phenomenal creator here on Twitch. She's been a guest on the show. It's all love. I'm just talking shit. Shout out to that guy Hades, bro. I love you, Hades. You're the best.
We're here to start the drama. Drama there. We're gonna get some clicks from drama right now. We're gonna start some Kendrick Drake beef right now.
Yo, listen, go play your underwater.
Like, bro,
clone.
No, he's grilling me, bro. He's grilling me. Oh man.
But yeah, Gamer Actual After Dark facts. That's what we should call the behind the scenes. Gamer Actual After Dark.
We should
make that the Patreon name.
Yeah.
The tier name. So what's the question we're feeling for this week? Do we want it to be 2x KO related, or do we want to make it around?
I think we can do the 2x KO stuff, but what exactly? I don't know. But it has to be related to, like, we already did Xbox. I don't want to do Xbox again.
How about let's
What's your favorite Evo announcement? Shit.
Yeah. Or how about what game? Let's see.
I'm trying to think of what you could ask. It's like,
if anyone has any suggestions, please toss them in.
Jack, we'll extend this to you. What kind of questions do you think we should ask this week?
How about let's center it around the FTC? That seemed like a really interesting topic, and it seems like we got kind of deep in it. So do we think the FTC?
No, I like what you.
Yeah.
Say it again, Hollis.
Harless, your mic is it's not working, my friend. I'll tell you what we could do. We could ask, what's a character you would want to see? What's a character that has not made an appearance that you would want to see in a Marvel vs. Capcom game?
Yeah, let's send it around.
Because that was a big conversation just now.
God, I'm so sexy. God, I'm him. Oh man, come on.
Let's type up 3 possibilities of like team, like Gambit. No.
Oh,
that's too. No.
We don't have to make.
I like that idea, like kind of like red pill, blue pill type shit. Do like 4 options of 3 different characters, and we'll kind of put them in one. We'll put 3 characters together, then 3 characters together, then 3 characters together, then 3 characters together.
Yeah. Right away, I want Spider-Man, Rogue, and Cable right away.
So what's the question? What would be your team?
Yeah, who's your Marvel? Who's your next? If a new Marvel game came out, who would your team be?
Your Marvel
Capcom game,
yeah.
For me, Spider-Man, Rogue, and Cable. They're my go-to. That was my go-to in Marvel 2. I'd want it again. But
I appreciate what Hades said.
Your team.
I was just going to address what Hades said. Yeah, no, it's a shame when games come out on the PC and just don't run. As a console guy, I want to know what that's like. QWERTY, suffer. But nevertheless, it's not really fair that you guys pay for games and then they don't work. So I get it, Hades. I wouldn't play Helldivers 2 either if it was giving me the problems that you guys had.
This is
I can't even play it if I didn't want to.
This is what's going to keep.
Does that make sense?
That's really the only thing keeping consoles in the game right now is the plug and play aspect. That's the only thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm not about to sit there on the WASDas with a fucking mouse. I'm gonna grab a controller like a real.
I'll do mine first. Wolverine, Black Panther.
Oh, you're you dirty dog. Why'd you take it from me?
Blade.
You need a
No,
tank.
no, 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 no. No. You cannot do that, Cash. I recommended Blade. Like, shut the fuck up. No.
You need a tank. You need a tanky build right there. Those are what's glass cannon. Glass cannon.
What do
Cash,
you mean
you
glass
may
cannon?
Cash, you may not have Blade. I recommended
Why
him.
not?
I'm demanding that you backspace. I'm livid. I'm angry. I felt genuine anger hearing you say that out loud. I need you to fix it.
How about Venom? He's probably kind of a tanky thing.
No, you dirty dog. That's the same thing. There will only ever be one Blade. You backspace that right now. Cash, I cannot stand you. Cash, I cannot stand you. I cannot stand this disrespect.
All right,
Oh my
fine.
god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
There you go.
Okay,
Wesker.
can I go? Can I go?
Sure.
Can I go?
Ooh.
Oh
Ooh.
yeah. Oh yeah, turn me up. Give me Blade. Ooh. Oh, give me Blade. Give me Nightcrawler. I love that look from Bello. Bello, I love you. And Wesker was such a good pick. I'm gonna say
Did you saw what I put?
I'm gonna say Nemesis.
Did you see what I? You need to look what I put.
Marissa?
Blade, Nightcrawler. You're such a hoe.
You know what?
You're
Yes.
such a hoe.
Solo, thank you for that reminder of where my heart truly lies. So yes,
Marissa, final answer. Wow.
I'm gonna go with Sagat, Marissa, Spider-Man. That's my team.
How do you spell Sagat again? Is that is it
S-A-G-A-T, S-A-G-A-T, and then
Yeah.
Marissa and Spider-Man. Locked in. It will not change. That's my dream team in a Marvel game, and that will be my dream team for the rest of
Oh,
Now,
dude,
hold on.
What's your
Mine is
dream
changing.
team? Mhm.
Mine is changing. I have one.
Can I have Blade back?
You may not. You may not. I want to change out Nemesis for Mr. X. That just feels like a better decision. Let me
Because
get
we've
Mr.
already had Nemesis in the game, so that's good. I like that.
Give me Mr. X. Yeah.
All right. Feel it. I would stick with Nemesis personally. He's got the rocket launcher, but hey, you do you.
I know, but Mr. X is so ominous.
He's a brawler, bro.
Yeah. Give me Mr. X. Give me Mr. X. Replace Nemesis with Mr. X.
What's your Marvel vs. Capcom 4 Dream Team? That's what I need to put.
That's good. Also, Heartless, you need to put yours in the chat, sexy man. You need to put yours in the chat.
And then leave a spot where Perf's can enter their own team.
Oh, they can just do it in the comments. They can add theirs in the comments.
Yeah. Now, listen, guys. Did you?
So let's save one for the. We can do two more. We can save one for the chat. We're gonna save one for Heartless and one for the chat.
Gosh, let's change the question a little bit. Like,
what?
Who has the better Marvel team? Make that the question, and then be sure to put whose team is here.
Oh, okay. All right.
No,
I like that.
No,
I like
don't put whose team it is, because then these motherfuckers. There's
no favoritism.
There's a plot to get me. There's a plot to get me.
I stand behind my team. I want my name attached to that Sagat.
Now, I do not stand behind my team. Cash, I'm begging you, please fix Nemesis to Mr. X. It's stressing me out. I'm worried you're gonna hit send and then I'm gonna be damned.
Gonna send it.
No, you're such a hoe. You're such a hoe. You're such a hoe. God.
I stand behind my team. This is my little dream team tag team. Like Capcom, if you put this team in a game, I will win Evo with this team. I will put in the work.
Who is the better Marvel vs. Capcom 4 Dream Team? There we go.
All right. Now help me out.
Right,
Poppy.
send.
No. Help me out.
Who has?
What's his name? Mr. T?
Mr. X.
I know.
What do you mean, Mr. T? I hate Cash, bro. He's trying to set me up, bro. He's trying to set me up.
Somebody's gonna come in here. It's like, Mr. T. Yo, Maury's not a gamer, bro.
Yeah, I know. This is the plot against me. There's a plot against me.
It's Spider Dash Man, right? I want to make sure I say it properly. Spider Dash Man.
Yeah, there's a dash. There's a dash.
Yeah.
All right.
So now we just need Heartless's team. Do we throw Jury's? Jury is a chew in.
Jury is definitely going to be there.
Fool. Stop it, 80s. Stop it.
Jury is a guarantee.
Can you imagine just Mr. T throwing down in Marvel vs. Capcom? Just hearing him say, "I pity the fool."
No, imagine they reskin Zangief as Mr. T.
That's crazy.
I can see that working though. Listen, I can see it working.
Balrog.
Or Balrog, yes, because he was in Rocky.
Yeah, Balrog would make more sense.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Okay, so we have Jury, Heartless. Let's see.
Jury, Heartless. Give us two more. Jury, Chun-Li. I'm pretty sure he's gonna say Chun Chun, because he loves Chun.
Bro's probably taking care of all that garbage in his room. That's probably why he's not here. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. If you know what I
Are you guys
mean.
able to hear me?
Yes,
Oh,
we
there
can.
he is, dirty dog.
Is Jury a lock?
Are you guys able to hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Is Jury a lock in for your team?
Yeah, you got to put cable though.
Cable.
Jury Cable. Let's fucking go. So no Chun? Should I take out Chun?
Yeah, take out Chud
All right, Cable. Jury
and
Cable.
Cyclops. Cyclops.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Cyclops.
running a zoning? You're running a zoning team? Let's
Dude,
go.
Bishop is such a good look from N2 Alive. I actually love that pick. I
Jury
love that
Cable and Cyclops. That's fucking fire,
That's
bro.
quite a zoning team. I did not expect
All right, so we're gonna take one from each person in the chat. So Franklin Richards, you're bugging. That dude is not coming in this game. Franklin Richards is an Omega level mutant.
pick. Bishop is fire though. Bishop
like
should
this Ada
definitely
Wong.
be a pick.
Ada Wong. Let's throw that in there.
Yeah.
Ada Wong. Because she has not had any representation in anything, other than the Capcom, other Resident Evil games.
Not Bishop though.
I love
Okay.
Bishop.
Ada Wong. I'm
We're
voting.
picking one from everybody from the chat. So
Yeah.
all right, we're gonna go with Ada Wong from Phoenix, right? Sheva.
Shiva. I love a
Ah.
Shiva. I love Shiva, Hades. Shiva is a great pick.
So
I
it's
think I
gonna
like-
be. So it's either. It can't be both. It's either Ada or Sheva.
It's
You gotta
Shiva.
pick one.
Then it's Shiva.
think
It's
so?
Sheva. Yeah.
Silver
yeah,
Silver
Surfer.
Surfer.
Let's whoa! What a
Shit.
choice.
I'll put
Yeah.
Silver Surfer first because Sheva and friggin' Ada is kind of
Now
it's
you
a tough one.
if you fuckers go and vote on the one that
how about
you
that?
all put
How about
together,
How about something they've never done? Ant-Man.
Well,
They've never done Ant-Man.
They've
Ant-Man
never done. Ant-Man showed up in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but he's just in a super. He was
I was-
in Hawkeye super move.
I was going to say, how do you even do that? Like, would you make like? I feel like no.
Injustice had the Atom, so just do that. Listen,
Yeah,
That's
you know what?
very
Here's
fair.
here's the thing. Here's the thing, Jerem. Here's my rationale behind Sheva. Sheva was only in one game,
Yep,
and nobody liked her. I think she can redeem herself in this shit.
I love
Because
her.
if not,
I personally
loved
think
her.
she would be an alternative skin for Ada or Jill. That's
No.
probably where she would live. But yeah,
Oh, that's so
Mhm.
sad. That's so sad. No, give
Sheva,
her.
she kind of
You're
look like Beyonce, don't she?
Yeah. Oh,
I thought she looked like
hallelujah, yeah.
Beyonce.
Yep, I would agree. I would second that statement. Oh,
All right,
Rosh
so
Hashanah.
so Silver Surfer, Sheva from Hades. Who else?
let's get some Monster Hunter representation in here. What's a Monster?
Yeah, we need somebody from the chat. We need somebody from the chat. Chat, give me one.
Pinksy, I know you're out. I know you're out there. Give us some Monster Hunter.
Sir. Kang.
Surfbot.
Kang would
Who
be a
said-
great pick. President Carter
We
said
already
Kang.
took one from President Carter though. No, we already got one from President.
Damn it.
That was Surfer.
Damn it.
That was Silver Surfer.
Damn it.
Silver Surfer and Sheva. We need one more. One more. Project said Phoenix, right?
Phoenix, right? All
Fucking
right.
right.
Phoenix, right? It is.
Yeah, Bello, I'm not gonna lie, I stole yours. Thank you. You're the best. You're the best.
Oh yeah,
Bello.
because I put Nightcrawler already.
How about our honored guest, Puffer? If you're still out there,
Yeah,
drop us-
Puffer is viewing from YouTube. So if you're in here, Puffer,
If you're listening, please drop us a name.
Again, do not, if you're in the chat right now,
oh,
do
I
not
spelled
go
that
vote.
incorrectly. What?
Do not go vote on the one that you designed. Like, don't be that person. Don't be that person. No, because if I find out that what Carter, what is
Silver
it?
Surfer, Sheva, Phoenix, right?
Yeah, if I found out that y'all voted for the ones that you guys recommended, I'll never forgive you. Come on, like help me out.
I'm not
Fuck
gonna
me get the win.
Leon.
I'm not gonna be as political as Maury here. You vote for the Marissa team. all right?
Leon, bro. Fuck,
I
bro.
hate Germ. I hate Germ. My
You
team.
vote
All right,
for
I'm
the-
gonna listen. N2, I'm gonna do this just for you, bro. We're taking out fucking Wesker. We're putting Leon S. Kennedy in this motherfucker. Let's go.
You know what? That's cheap. But yeah, take him.
Why?
Take
Why
him.
is that? Why? I had
Why?
Wesker there, so I just replaced
No.
him with another Resident
Yeah.
Evil.
No, you can have him. Yeah, no. He
What?
clears the
How
clears the
about
whole
the-
roster, Cash.
How
You're
about,
good.
how about Sabretooth for the last spot? Sabretooth, because Sabretooth is never.
No,
really
we already got him. Phoenix Wright was the last one.
No,
So we have Silver Surfer, Sheva, and Phoenix Wright.
Okay. Gotcha.
Mm.
All right. Sounds like a solid one right here.
Yo, President Carter says 100% using wake up. Select my team.
God, President Carter. Don't love it. Don't love to see it. You know what? Cash,
Star Lord
just
would
hit
be
send.
dope as well.
Just hit send. Just hit
I'll
send.
I'll
Just
hit send. I will.
let these fucking animals
This was-
go and vote. God.
Please go vote, guys. It's right there. Last time we had 14 people. Let's top that one at least by one.
Vote for Sagat and Marisa. Like our
I can't vote. I can't vote. It does not
vote
allow
for
me
Wesley
to.
Snipes. Vote for Wesley Snipes. Come on, guys. Come on.
Bro. Has anybody watched thing yet?
Project wants a link. Can
It's
we
on
get him a YouTube link?
Oh yeah.
Gamer
I'll
Actual
send
YouTube.
it to you right now. YouTube.com/gameractual/community. That's it, guys. You can just click it from there. Y'all can vote. Let's see it real time, guys. Let's
go.
Do not let me down. Do not let me down.
let him down.
Do
Pick
not
my
let me
team.
down.
Let him down. Pick my team.
Let him down. Pick Marissa and Sagat. Like I've been without Sagat for 2 years now. Like what the fuck? Whatever.
Wesley Snipes clears. We need to make this abundantly clear. Wesley Snipes clears. You know what?
That's
know
it,
what?
chat. I think that tonight might have been the longest episode we've had, and it doesn't feel like the longest episode we've had.
Up there.
It's
up there. I mean, yeah, but it felt like
it felt natural.
It did.
I would put this up there as a top 3 episode easily.
Yeah. Definitely. Easiest vote of my life.
God, you fuckers are sick. I've just looked at the poll. You
Dude,
fuckers are sick.
Jury, get the hell out of here.
Oh shit! Let's go! Somebody pick my team.
Yeah, a couple people picked your team, dick riders. Anyway,
Marissa and Sagat. Oh, maybe.
I mean, the team's dope, bro. Look at that. That's Wolverine, Black Panther.
I think I have Solo's vote, but everyone else is probably going
Man,
to vote.
man, Project just said pick 4, even though Blade might go. You know what, Project? Just kick rocks, brother. You know what? You have a good one. You know, get some good rest tonight. Man.
Dude, but shout out to our guests today, Reaper and Puffer. Like,
yeah, bro. Bro, we are getting better at this shit. It's I gotta say.
Okay. Maury and Cash, your guys' segue game on point.
I learned from the best. You
guys secretly have a side chat going on. But okay, I'm about to throw it to you. Let's go.
Yeah, that's exactly what we do.
Exactly
what we do.
Yeah,
it's almost like telepathic now.
Yeah, we're like Wade and LeBron. You know, we get the alley oops going. We know what we're doing. We know what we're doing.
I ain't voting for any of these. Then put your own. Leave it in the comments. Leave your own in the comments.
I just need to send a reminder out there. Everyone.
I hope you fall up the stairs.
Everybody, hold Heartless accountable for his platform stream. If the time has come, it needs to happen.
Please. We need to spam that in his chat whenever he goes live.
You come into his chat, and anytime
Prince of Persia, Lost Crown.
That he needs to be, where's the platform? I'm here for the platformers.
Exactly.
Wait, Cash,
Lost Crown.
Did you just put out the Humble Bundle link when they're literally getting shut down?
No, that's not the store. That's the store is not getting shut down. The development company is.
Oh
the
my
part
god!
That's owned by IGN is getting shut down.
Yeah,
stick with me.
Acquisitions, and now they're closing. Yeah.
When I saw that, I was like, "What a shameless cash grab, folks! Go use that Humble Bundle link one more time.
One more
give us
time.
a couple bucks. Fuck me, Cash. I looked at you different for about 3 seconds. I was like, "Oh, this guy's vile."
Because that side of Humble is not owned by IGN. They're their own separate entity. But the development team, so the development company that made what's the game that I talked about last week that I said is like a John Wick. It was like an asymmetric John Wick. Midnight Fight Express. So that development team, that's the company that's getting closed down.
Got it. Okay.
Which sucks.
I was baffled for a second. I was like, wow, shameless.
Please use it. Please use it. One last time.
Yeah. Should have read that. Next time I'll have to read the article closer because I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
That's why I had to put that disclaimer because I had to make sure because I'm pretty sure a lot of people are thinking that. So I had to dig deeper because I was like, bro, I love Humble, bro. You know how many games I've gotten on a discount because of Humble? Nah, bro, you can't go nowhere.
I have a favor to ask of these nice, wonderful people here at the Gamer Actual Podcast. There's a link in my bio on my Twitch account to the Twitter X Element Twitter page. I have a goal of hitting 10,000 followers by the end of the year. Any follow
go.
helps. If you don't
Yeah.
mind, any follow you guys can offer would be very, very helpful. We're trying to hit that goal of 10K by the end of the year, and we're currently sitting at about 100. So yeah,
Listen,
we have a long way
Hades,
to
I had to
go,
make sure.
so, yeah, it would be.
The
what
journalistic
is-
integrity of the chain. I had to make sure, Hades. Had to make sure.
Exactly.
What is the tag? How do I spell it on Twitter?
Let me grab.
I think I already follow X Element, no?
Yeah. There's gonna be a couple of really awesome things coming
So
up here.
far,
And-
the community team and my team are neck and neck.
Yeah, we got some dick riders in the chat tonight. Some straight dick riders. Yeah. All right. It's all right, guys.
There is a couple of nice
I was in
announcements.
shambles for like 5 seconds before Cash corrected.
There's a couple
Yeah,
of
bro.
big announcements are going to be coming up here in the next couple weeks. I'm not going to release it now,
Mhm.
but you guys are not going to want to miss these announcements, and they will be put on the Twitter page. So be looking for that in the coming weeks. Here's the Twitter here. Any follow helps. Thank you so
Let me
much.
double check to see if I must make sure I follow. I should be following.
Oh, I see you, sexy gents. Let's do it. Oh, you got a follow out of me.
Appreciate you, brother.
Oh, absolutely. I'm here. I'm locked.
I'm excited to play some Concord though with you, Maury. Like,
We
when is
should
the game
definitely have a night where we're streaming on both YouTube and Twitch.
It drops in
Just playing
September.
Concord.
If I
It,
remember.
it actually drops in August 23rd.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Cool. Right after the 2XKO alpha, so I'll be there.
Dude, I love it. I can't wait.
So I'm gonna need you guys to teach me 100% FPS fundamentals because I don't know jack shit. I haven't played I haven't played a shooter since like 64 days. It's been a
I've
long
never played shooters in my entire life.
get out
Dude,
here.
don't worry, Germ. I got you, man. We'll get it all put together. It'll be great.
Be patient with me.
Dude, absolutely. It's literally just about hanging out with the guys, so it'll be a good time.
Yeah, we're just gonna shoot the shit and play the game. We could all give our 2 cents while we play. Yo, I love Yipes, bro. Shout outs to IFC Yipes. This man is playing Marvel Rivals right now, and I can't play.
Yeah. He's a true legend in the FGC. His commentary is second to none.
Bro, I had a deeper respect for Yipes when I realized that he plays Marvel Snap as well. I was like, he even competes in like Snap tournaments. I'm like,
He is
the fuck
Marvel
outta
at
here.
heart. Like, have you noticed? Like, he just goes out for Marvel. He loves everything Marvel. Like
not only
anything,
that, Snap is a great game though, Jerem.
Anything
you don't
Magneto?
understand.
anything Magneto, that guy is all about. Like, he is one of the biggest Magneto supporters. I actually saw at Evo some artist drew him like Magneto's helmet really quickly. They doodled it real quick, and it looked so dope. It was done of like this calligraphy ink kind of art, you know, like that. And he drew real quick. It was like 2 minutes, boom, and he had this Magneto helmet. And he gave it to him, and he held it up. It was super cool. Yeah.
By the way, guys, so we have a challenge for X the Fight. I challenged another streamer, and he told me he's gonna get his team of like 5 people, and then so I'm letting you guys know. Danny, I know you in the chat. One of our aimbots. Pull up. Once that happens, I'll let the community know. I'll post it in the Discord.
You said X Defiant, it's Overwatch. Just wanted to make sure I clarify.
No. X Defiant.
Wait a minute. This isn't the Overwatch matchup we're doing with Trez?
No, we have an Overwatch matchup, but we also have an X Defiant one in the wing.
Okay, Cash, you know I bone.
Listen, I'm all for
me in.
events, bro.
Cash,
I'm all
give
for
me
events, bro.
put me in, coach. Put me in.
All right,
Come on.
cool. I got
Come
you.
on.
I got you, pimpin'.
Question
Ah.
about this. How are you still high on X Defiant? Is the game?
Oh yeah, I love the game, bro. Like I said, the only reason why I haven't played any other game because of Zelda, bro. Zelda's the only reason why I have it. But now I'm kind of, because I kind of got the bug now. I'm playing Street Fighter like crazy. I want to perfect my Kimberly, and I've been playing Guilty Gear as well. So I'm balancing those 3 games currently right now. X Defiant, I played X Defiant yesterday for the first time in like 2 weeks. But I feel like I had a fun experience last night. It was fun. I feel like the game's being balanced. It's actively being worked on, and I really love what the devs are doing.
You're still looking to learn Nago, right? Nago's
Oh
your
yeah,
guy.
yeah. Nago's been my guy since I started playing Guilty Gear last year. Year before. It was like 2 years ago.
Element's got a top 40 Nago player on the team.
Oh really?
He's actually
What's up?
he's hit 40 in the top 40. Joker Aces top 40. He'll teach you the sauce. He'll give you the sauce.
Quick question, Heartless, are you still down for that 1st to 10 after stream after the podcast ends?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go. Alrighty.
So
yeah.
10-0. You know, I'm just kidding.
Listen, I don't mind. I'm trying to learn fundamentals right now. I want to learn matchups with Jury. I want to learn matchups with Jury and how that works out with Kimberly. So Heartless is probably the best person to talk to in the community about Jury. Well, nah, because there's Press Carter in the chat as well. There's a bunch of people I could talk to.
Yeah, President Carter, it's filthy. His Kim is crazy. He finished in the top like 100 or something like that.
Yeah.
All
right. All right, guys. So the moment y'all been waiting for. The homie. Heartless, are you good to do the shout outs or no? I know you're having issues right now.
There's just like a delay on my audio. The audio is coming up like 3 seconds after I say it.
Oh, you probably need to reset your PC as well.
So it's hard for me to have conversations with people because everything we say, everything I say gets delayed to you. And then when you talk to me, I try to respond and then my response is delayed.
Oh, okay. So
I can read this though. I can read this though because it's not a conversation.
Okay, you just didn't want to talk to us. It's okay. We love you. We love you.
He's got a girl over. You know?
All right, you guys ready for it?
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Do you think?
All right, guys. The first affiliate link of the night. You know what? Before we do the affiliate link, I just want to say shout out to my co-hosts who pretty much carried this episode for me. These guys are amazing. Cash, Germ, and Maury. Incredible people to have conversations with about video games, and I love it. Good energy, good vibes. So on with these affiliate links. The first one is Origin PC, and as you guys know, the script, same as it always goes. Are you guys trying to build the ultimate gaming PC? Then look no further than Origin PC. They're an award-winning PC building company, whether you're a gamer or a professional gamer. Origin PC has you covered. Check them out by clicking the link in the show notes or the description of this podcast. Also, this is an affiliate link, so any qualifying purchase will result in us getting a commission and no extra cost to you. The next one is for GameFly. If you guys are looking for the ultimate gaming experience without breaking the bank, with GameFly, you can rest discs hassle-free, dive into unlimited gaming, and snag great deals on used games and movies. Use GameFly to check out games you're not so sure about, and once you decide, you can buy it outright at a discounted price or send it back with no problem. You want to pause your subscription? You can do that too at any time. GameFly makes it easy to check out games on your terms. Just click the link in the affiliate link in the show notes to get started. And the last one is Fanatical. Fanatical is your one-stop shop for 1 million passionate gamers like you. Whether you're craving the latest AAA title, hunting for indie gems, or searching for incredible deals on your favorite games, Fanatical has you covered. With a massive selection and unbeatable prices, you're sure to get your gaming fix. Just click on the link in the show notes of this podcast. Thank you, guys.
Let's go.
Oh,
LFG.
Smooth as ever. Love it.
God, I love hearing Heartless talk to me. You know what I mean? Oh,
Heartless doesn't let technology hold him back. I love that. Like,
never.
He feng shuied through that.
God, when you hear his just sensual voice, can you imagine me, the woman?
Word sensual. Do you have to go there?
Yeah. Oh, he has a
Very
sensual voice. Oh, I mean, I would kill to be the person that he whispers nothingness to in the dead of night. I would just, I'd kill for it. Sure.
Okay.
Wow. Gamer actual after dark indeed.
Right.
I'm sick.
Cash, could you could you shout out Puffer one last time?
Well, yeah, shout out to Puffer again, guys. If you guys don't know, Puffer is the go-to person for 2XKO information. If you guys want to learn anything more, go follow him at. I'm trying to find his thing right now. Give me a second.
Up his link tree right now.
Just send his link tree.
What's coming up? I know Concord's dropping for you soon, Maury. So, and I obviously Heartless for you. Or are you sticking on the Street Fighter grind? Or are you switching to Tekken? Like, what's your vibe right now?
There's no way in Tekken to invert up and down for a leverless, so that is kind of annoying me. But I'm learning.
For me, I think I'm gonna try. I'm definitely gonna continue to grind with Marissa. I'm gonna keep going with. I'm gonna try to learn a little bit of Tekken. At Evo, Lee really caught my attention. I saw a really cool gameplay from him, and I want to learn Lee.
Okay.
Yishao Yong.
Yeah, bro. But tonight was an awesome episode, guys. I really loved tonight. Tonight was freaking fire. We got a few followers. I didn't even realize. I got a subscription as well. Damn. Shout out to Jolty J for the 6-month subscription. ADHDSC, thank you for the follow. Oh, that was another day. Anyways, but thank you guys. Thank you guys. Tonight was awesome, as always. I'm not gonna say it, but you guys know.
Yes.
Tonight.
We
Probably have one of our best episodes tonight.
A little bit too much Suicide Squad, but hey, we'll roll with it.
Was it? We didn't talk about
1 second of that game is too much.
It's going on YouTube. Yes, Hollow. It is currently on YouTube because we're live on YouTube as well right now at gameractual.com. youtube.com/gameractual. So you want to go check it out, you can go do so. That's the Hollow. Hollow, we need to have you on the show at some point. Let's talk about that.
Let's blow up that YouTube.
Guys, we're currently sitting at 37. Please, we're trying to get to 40 soon. Please.
Let's get to 50. Well, we want 50 now.
No, we're trying to small goals. Let's do small goals first. It needs to feel like it's attainable first, you know?
I believe
40, and then we do 50.
And refer our podcast to one person they know, and we'll hit that 50 and no problem.
Yeah.
No problem. I believe.
Bro, I think our podcast is pretty awesome. It's just exposure is the only thing, bro. As soon as we get enough exposure, we're gonna be good.
Yeah, we're killing it.
That.
We do a great show. We have a great group of personalities. We do a good job of covering the news. We kill.
Yeah. The more we keep having these collabs, the more the audience will grow.
Oh, for sure, definitely. So, guys, we're going to send you over to the homie, a fellow KXI team member, and that is Rose Gradient. We're gonna send him some love. Tell him Cash sent you. Tell the boys over at Gamer Actual sent you. Much love, much appreciation to y'all. Cash out.
Great show, guys. Bring Soul Calibur back.
Bring Soul Calibur back. Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that at the end of every show until I get it.
Have a good night, Reaper. I'm shy, but I could try. Listen, we're gonna figure it out. You're always on stream, so that's not even an issue.
He ain't shy. Stop with the cap.
Stop the cap. But yeah,
let's
head on over there. Whoop.